Hey everybody, my name's Eddie G. This is Base Showcase, and today we have a special guest here with us today. He is a member of the Grass Energy Gang. It is Feller Chris right here in the building, not physically with us, just virtually, of course, because we are
Great.
using the Let's Go Live Together function on YouTube. Feller Chris, dude, let's go ahead and kick it off right now. Let people know first off, where can they find you? If somebody wants to catch one of your streams, where can they find you or where can they possibly chat with you? Because again, Papi Chulo's Discord, you gotta give him a big fucking shout out, my dude. So
Yeah.
let people know what's up, bro.
Nah, well, yeah, well, like you said, my name's Chris. I go by Feather Chris. I do have my own YouTube channel. It's ventured out to like a rip and ship style, but low key, I've kind of like, I mean, I've pulled back here and there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I've originally like I like doing skits. I like doing comedic shit, like stuff, and like kind of like I like to make people laugh, even though I make myself look like a fool. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I have fun with it. But
Yeah.
I low key, I want to start getting back into stuff like that too. Like,
Do it.
it's just like brainstorming and things like that. It's like it's pretty tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But um, yeah, like the Papichulos. That's basically like one of the spots you can usually catch me at. Um, like I think right now too, there might be a few people right there in the lounge too, as we speak right now.
Oh yeah.
But usually you'll catch me there. Not most of the time. I'll be honest with you. I'm usually kind of busy or just life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll try to pop in there. If y'all want to ever catch me, catch like me on the DM, you could hit me up on Discord. I do reply, even on IG. Fellow Chris. You know what I mean? I do have two of
Yeah.
them. Both of them are mine. My active one is just Fellow Chris. All right,
All
that's the
right.
active one. All right, the other one in the Pokey corner, that was just gonna be like the because basically my active one was my main one, but then I just switched it up,
Yeah.
and then I created a second account, but I'm not even active on it, so I don't see, so either way,
Yeah. All
and I
right.
say active, but I'm rarely active, or even on IG. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. How's the everything sounds good too.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
dude,
that's cool,
everything's
perfect.
good. You're coming in loud and clear, crisp and perfect. Camera's looking good. I'm not seeing any lag or anything. So
Cool.
far, this YouTube Let's Go Live Together function has been working pretty darn great.
It looks
This
clean.
is this is episode 8. So we've had 7 people. We haven't had anyone like drop out just yet. As long as
Mm.
you have good signal, it's good. If you do have like choppy Wi-Fi, then it starts to have some issues. We did
I'm
notice
I'm on
with
Wi-Fi
one
right now. I
guest.
believe. Let me make sure. I do believe I'm on Wi-Fi, but it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah, right now you're coming in loud and clear. I do want to
Cool, cool.
thank you again for saying yes and agreeing to come on. I do know how everyone has a very busy schedule. So I
Cool.
definitely worked as well as I could with everybody's schedule to make sure it could be like on a day that works for them. With
Mm.
some people, I had to make sure it's on a day they don't stream because I did have other content creators. You know how they have certain days they like to stream or certain days they have to be a mod for someone. So I,
Yeah.
I take all that into account. But dude, I'm very, very happy to have you here. There's a ton that we're going to be able to talk about. I mean, uh, a lot of people here might not know, they might not remember, but a while back, dude, we met up in person. Remember with Broly right there at Frankincense?
Frankenstein's. At
Yeah, had a little
Frankenstein's. Yeah,
grass
man.
energy gang moment.
That was a cool day too. I mean, like, because I believe Gabe, Frank was there too. You, Get you. I believe. Yeah, that was it, right? Well, Brody was there too, of course. You know what I mean. But he had to go home early. You know what I mean? The kiddos. But yeah, dude, like I remember that day. That day was cool. But if few of you guys were streaming too, the hits, recording some
Yep.
stuff. But
Yeah.
definitely, I kind of missed out, dude. Get you had invited me. I think for yesterday. Yesterday they
Yeah.
went to Frankincense too. I'm like, bro, I want to make it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like, I told him, yeah, I'll go. Like I'll sacrifice some sleep. Because I get out of work like usually like at 8 a.m. So I'm coming out of work and I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Because I know, I was thinking like, okay, I gotta go. If I'm gonna meet up with them, okay, I can go.
Hmm.
Then maybe spend time like maybe I want to say 3 4 hours with them, and then I was gonna go pick up my kids. You know what I mean? But I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I ended up just catching like a 4 hour nap, and then I want to go pick up my kids. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. But I told him like I'm down to kick it like after, but like
yeah,
nah, I'm sorry.
bro.
But
Check
yeah,
it out.
late.
Check
Go
it
ahead.
out. So yesterday, I knew about that meetup. It was gonna be with Frank and Get You. They had told me
Hmm.
about it a little bit of time ago, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. So I had planned to go. But Saturday, bro, I went to go work on my taxes, right? Because
Mm.
shit, we're cutting it close, bro. I had to file them
Yeah,
shit.
it needs to be
So I
done.
went. Yeah, I went, dude. By the time we got out there, and it wasn't that late. Like we didn't get there late, but we got out there after they opened. The line was so fucking long. They're just like, "Come back tomorrow. We're not gonna get to you." They're like,
What the
"We're not gonna
fuck?
get to everyone in the line." So
Wait,
they're
so
like,
there's
"We're gonna
there's
tell people come back."
there's a line now, like there's it's not like where you could just walk in.
Well, usually you just walk in, but during tax season when it gets busy, like there's a
Oh,
fucking
for
line
taxes.
that
I thought you were
forms.
talking about frankincense. My fault. My fault.
No,
My
no, no,
fault.
taxes,
Yeah,
taxes.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
so I'm saying
yeah.
Saturday I went to do my taxes. They turned us away. So I
Damn.
so I hit up the boys and I'm like, "Hey, I'm not gonna go to Frankincense because I had to do my taxes yesterday, Sunday, the next day, right?"
Mm.
So I basically told Getchu, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to go." I went. This time I went before they opened. I lined up, right? We got that shit done quick. Well, I don't want to
Good.
say it's
Good.
quick. Like it still took time, but we got it done, bro. Got to eat, got back, and I'm like, shit. There's some time. I'm gonna get out to Frankincense, and I thought, man, they're gone, bro, because they've been there since open, bro, and it was probably like
Yeah.
an hour or two before they closed. So I hit
Dang.
up Brian, and I'm like, hey, you still trying to go to Frankincense? Because he was getting rid of some of his cards that he had. So I'm like, if you're gonna get rid of them, wait till I go to Frankincense. I'll help you sell them because obviously I know more about it. Like I'm more hands on. He just has collections because obviously we open stuff for him on the channel. Like
Mhm.
today, we're gonna open up this little McDonald's thing and this little tin that's his. So if we get him a hit, we'll give him a hit for his collection. If he needs it, he keeps it. If not, he usually just sells them or trades them to get other product and stuff.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. I'm like, "You trying to go?" Like, I'm like, "It's still open, bro. Like, what's up?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go." So we
Let's
go,
go.
bro. We go and we're walking to Jay's booth where Jay from J
Mhm.
Corner TCG's
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go see if Jay's down to get these cards because I had hit up pause and I got like an estimate from them. So I already had a number. Like, this is what I got offered. Like, can you beat it? And I'm going to Jay's, bro. And fucking Brian, he's like, I see right there. And I think that's get you. And keep in mind,
Shit.
obviously, I'm the one who's dealing with this more. Brian's behind the scenes, but he knows who the fuck y'all are. Like he edits the videos. We've had content with Get You. He knows what Get You looks like. So he's like, "That's Get You, right?" And I'm like, "Shit, it is." I went up to Jay's, and yeah, Frank was right there. Get You was right there. I managed to kick it with them for a little bit. They took off for a little bit while I took care of that business with Jay. He did wind up buying those cards, so that was amazing. Actually, check it
Yeah.
out. So he bought those cards, and I bought a card off him. I bought this one off of him, the All
Nice.
Star Beedrill
The
from
beat draw?
Astral
That was nice,
Radiance.
bro.
I
That
needed
was
it for
nice.
my master set, and I do gotta say he hooked it up. He hooked it up. He really did. And he did buy all the cards that Brian was selling. So obviously that was a big help to Brian. So right
That's nice.
after that, I hit up the boys. Brian, he can't really partake in the grass energy because of his job. They get
Mm.
tested and all that. He's a trucker, so Department of
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Transportation. Yeah,
Responsible. Yeah, responsible.
yeah,
It's got
and he does interstate. So like if he just did Cali, he'd be cool. But he does interstate, so he's on a different scale. So he takes off. He's like, "Yeah, I still gotta buy some shit." He's like, "I gotta refuel." He's like, "Kick it with them." He's like, "I'll come back." And I was like, "All right." And I kicked it with them, bro. Had another grass energy gang moment out there. You already know. Went back inside, kicked it again with Jays because Get You had dropped off some stuff. And I actually got some cards, actually, thanks to Get You. I'll show them in a little while. I got a little stack of cards.
nice, nice.
And then Frank even gave me a slab, bro, that we're gonna give away on the channel. So I'm gonna show. It's a
Nice.
numbered slab, a numbered card. Yeah, like a one out
Wait,
of one
Pokemon?
hundred. No, not Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Look,
Disney
they
card.
what?
A
Okay,
Disney
okay.
card.
All right, all
And,
right. Nice,
ooh,
nice,
and it's a PSA slab. Ooh.
nice.
So I will
Very
show
nice.
that in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, we did that. Went back outside. Grass Energy Gang moment number two. You know what I mean? And then I
Yeah,
mean, it
bro.
was a wrap, bro. Frank's was closed at that time. Everybody had to, jam out. But it was cool, bro. Like I got out there late, bro, but I saw them both. They told me E-Man had been out there, so unfortunately I missed that. Yeah, I missed out on that. But like I got to hang out with them, and they even said Frank from Pidgey Boys. He's like, I fucking told you Eddie was gonna come through. He's like, Eddie said he's not fucking coming. Some way or another, Eddie's gonna fucking come through at the very end and be like, "What's up, guys?" And that's what I did. I was just like, "What's up, guys?" I just popped up out of
That's what's
nowhere,
up, bro.
bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I wish I could have gone, bro. But it is what it is. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But for sure, like I'm definitely gonna be trying to make myself more available because I want to make collabs with like you guys too. Like Loki, I have this idea that I want to do with like I want to do something. I don't want to like say too much. I'll DM you, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
it'll be better if we did it like as a group type of thing. I've kind of like mentioned it to Jay a little bit,
Ooh.
and he didn't reject it. It's something stupid. It's gonna be like something to make people laugh. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
But all I gotta say is, if you have applins or flapples or appletons, put them to the side for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For yourself, for yourself. All right. But I'll DM you. But if you got
Alright,
those
alright.
cards, start putting them to the side. All right.
Definitely.
I'll give you the scoop. But yeah,
I've
like
got
I
some
want to make.
bulk.
Huh?
I've got some bulk I gotta process, so I'm pretty sure they're in there, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Most likely, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's a lot of them, but yeah, I do like. I definitely want to do like start doing like more collabs with people and stuff like stuff like this too. You know what I mean? Even when it's like discussions, um, like I don't just want to like record myself and on looking at a freaking camera and just like speak to like I want to interact with people. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And
Hell yeah.
low key is like even like those little videos that I was kind of doing about like I was it wasn't much like information. It was more of like kind of opinionated or in a way of like what I'm kind of experiencing out there. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
in the wild when people are trying to hunt whatever's. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was already seeing the shift. I seen the shift in real time, and I was like, "Fuck! Like this is getting crazy." It's just because product was available, readily available, and then just that after surgeon, it was just a wrap, bro.
Dude,
But like
I
a lot of things, a lot of weird things, like you were seeing because like people were like they were hungry for Pokemon, or they just wanted it all. You know, they weren't they didn't want to leave anything. They wanted to wipe everything out. You know, from the
mhm.
vending machines to the shelves, all of it, bro. So there was certain activities that I was noticing, and it was things that I was discussing on my channel. You know,
Yeah. And I
but
actually I do wanna tackle that because, bro, I watch your content. You've seen me comment on stuff every
yeah,
now and then whenever I
appreciate
can.
that, man.
I honestly only comment when I'm watching it on my phone. If I'm watching it on
Mm,
the PlayStation, I can't comment because on PS4 you can't comment. On
mm,
PS5, I think you can, but I don't have a PS5 yet. And I don't really watch shit on the computer because it's my wife's laptop for work. So technically, I just use it while I'm streaming to like see what chat is doing and shit. But I
yeah,
don't really like have access to it like throughout the day. But whenever I can, I like to comment. And dude, those videos you dropped, bro. I think it was your last 3 or 4 videos, no, that kind of dived into that topic.
kind of like that. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
like more longer format, like 30 minutes,
top
over 20
notch,
minutes.
top
I
notch,
appreciate it,
bro.
man. I appreciate it.
They're
Um,
excellent videos. I like how much thought goes into them. You get me? Because you're
eh,
you're 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 not just putting out a video and going, "This is what I think. This is it. You have to think like me." Boom. Like you're not
nah,
encerradote.
I'm not trying to direct people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You're like, "All right, this is what I think. and this is what people are saying, but I can also see this hand of it. You get me? That's
Mm.
what I like. That perspective that I do feel this way, but I can see on the other hand this argument, and you see like both sides of the coin. You get me?
It's because I mean we see it like me. I'm not gonna lie. I do see people being one sided. Whether it's
Hmm.
people are being frustrated because they can't get product, or people are frustrated because of the prices. You know what I mean? Or there's people that they are scooping up stuff. You know, it just depends. Because I mean, we do see people like content creators. They're still freaking. They still got product. They're still opening up shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, it's just I don't know, bro. It's just it got stupid crazy again, you know, and it's just unfortunate that the times how it is right now, like it's just a dumbass hype, you know. That's
Yeah.
really what it is. It's just all hype. Eventually, yeah, it'll die down because it usually always does, but
Yeah.
it's unfortunately what we're seeing right now, and especially with all the hype with Destin Destin Rivals, it's not gonna die down at all. You know what I mean? And for sure, Pokemon they know what they're doing. You know, they know what they're doing. That's why certain art rares, like certain things, like they're releasing certain Pokemon on certain they're giving like little peaks. You know what I mean? But it's just I don't know, bro. The hobby's crazy. The hobby's crazy. The only thing I am seeing though right now, products is I mean, I haven't been hunting, but I am part of a few Facebook groups, and there's people eating right now, like Target, Best Buy, like they're starting to stock up again. Last week, I think Target was stocking up like at least 2 times a week. You know what I mean? Especially after the release, because there was a lot of Journey Together out there, and I think there's still gonna be another wave is gonna be abundant. The only thing is, if I even recorded it, but I was gonna make some content of it, but I decided not to. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I myself has stand in line before for
Mhm.
prismatic. Was it worth it? No, not gonna lie. It wasn't worth it. Like
All
tell
right.
Getchu, you can even, I bet you even because Getchu was in line too, but he was ahead of me,
I
and
saw the
even in other
video.
lines he was behind me.
I saw the video.
Ask him, bro, and I swear he'll probably even say like, yeah, that fool look pissed.
Yeah, because
Like he looked like he didn't want to be there.
he told me when he got it, he's like, I hit up help, I hit up fella Chris, and I'm like, it's over here, roll through. So I mean, he did say you guys did wind up getting something, so that was cool. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dude, all right, I
Well,
wanna I
me
wanna dive into that.
go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like that whole it's not worth it or it is worth it. You know what it feels like to me, bro? You're close to my age group, so you obviously will understand what I mean. Do you remember when we were young and there was Black Friday sales and everybody lined up to get a brand new
Yeah,
TV because you could get the TV at the cheapest price? The TV is like half off or 75% off. The rest of the fucking
yeah.
week is
People will line
expensive,
up.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
You're standing in line overnight. You're there for 8, 10,
People will
12
camp out.
hours,
Yep.
right? Some people would camp out for days.
Hmm.
If you think about it at that time, if you were working, how much would you earn working at a minimum wage? Just regular job, right? Could you just buy the TV instead of camping out? Probably. But you're camping out, you're just chilling,
But
you're
you
hanging out.
back
It's
back
easy
then
to save the money.
at that time though, you gotta kind of understand, especially with TVs. At that time, TVs were like 10,000, 5,000. Like especially like in when flat screens were starting to come up, like
Yeah,
and when it became like HD and all that shit was
yeah,
pricey, bro. That shit wasn't like how it is now. That shit's like
yeah.
TVs are cheap nowadays. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
TVs are cheap as fuck
you,
now.
you see the difference where it's like a 5K TV going for like $200, $300. That's a fucking come up. Like, who's not gonna want that? Like, you know what I mean? And then they're
Yeah,
gonna want to floss it too, you know? And some people go extreme where they ended up getting like a fucking 86 screen, 86 inch or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever it might be. But
yeah.
yeah, bro, like I remember like me, I never camped out. Like I was too young to do all that stuff anyways. Like I never did any of that Black Friday type of stuff. I've had
Dude,
family with like that were like excited to go shopping for Black Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I never did that when I was younger. But with like nowadays, bro, like and I say it's just for me. If do I
Mhm.
say it's worth it for me? No, it's not worth it for me. It might be worth it for other people. You know what I mean? Because some other people are gonna finesse other things, like whether
Yeah.
especially if you're first in line and those GameStops, especially what a month ago, if you're first in line in GameStop, you're gonna get a Blooming Waters fucking box. You're gonna get Drink Together or whatever Drink Together ETB. You're gonna get a fucking a 3 pack. You're gonna basically get one of each of what they got. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's
Yeah.
where you come up. If you're like first or whatever, the first, second, or third, that's when you're gonna come up. But if you're like fucking 20th or 50th, you're gonna get the
Yeah.
crumbs. You're gonna get the crumbs, which is gonna be just bro. And I say crumbs. You're gonna get the
Yeah.
crumbs. You're gonna get the crumbs. You know what I mean? You're
Damn.
not gonna get the ETBs, you know,
Yeah.
but you just look for people, it's a hustle. I get it. I get it. It's a hustle. I can understand that. But that's when it's worth it for them. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
me, it's not worth it. Like I need sleep. I work. Like I have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what am I gonna do? Sacrifice my sleep just to get like one ETB?
Yeah.
If I get lucky, you know what I mean? Now, if it was like before where I could get multiple, then that'll be worth it. But it's not like that no more. Right now, there's limits, because
Yeah.
everybody needs to eat. And I look, for me, I like that everybody gets to eat, because if I that means if I get in line, I'm gonna be able to eat too. But
That's true.
I just choose not to. I choose to wait. Like I said, I'm part of a few Facebook groups that are local here in the area, like in the
Yeah.
vicinity from here to LA, like towards the valley too. They're always posting up, oh, there's product here, or blah blah, or there's limits of this, or so that's cool that we're helping each other out with this. You know what I mean? So when I go hunting too, I do the same shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Especially if there's still product left over, I'm okay. Here's this. You know,
Yeah.
um, what's it called? But yeah, dude, it's just mm, time's rough. But one thing I have seen though, like I have not seen people fight in person.
Oh, okay,
Whenever
that's
there's
good.
a talk, I haven't seen nobody act stupid. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Um, I do like how Target's starting to implement that whole queue, the live queue thing, where basically like you need to sign up before you grab anything, and
So
they have somebody there. You know what I mean, to basically implement the rules. You know what I
I was
mean?
gonna get into that. It's
Hmm.
it's depending on the targets, bro. Cause I
Yes,
hit a
yes, not
bunch
all
of
targets.
targets recently. Yeah, and
Hmm.
so I hit a bunch of targets. Some of them have the Pokemon at the customer service.
Hmm.
Some of them
Yes.
have that queue system that you're talking about. And I remember seeing when you put out that info, like I remember I hit up my lady right away and I'm like, yo, they're gonna start doing fucking queues at Target. Like that's
Yeah,
fucking that
and
like
I
I thought
think
that's crazy, but it's good to control. I get it. Like
yeah.
I understand the control, but I'm like, fuck, for Pokemon cards, like you gotta enter a fucking queue. Like that's wild, bro. Like
Mm.
that shows how big the demand is, how popular they are, how everybody wants them, you know?
But
And
there is product. But the thing is, like I said, there's it's not just you. It's
yeah,
fucking hundreds of thousands of people that want the same shit.
it's
You know what I mean?
everyone.
I literally look. You know what's funny, bro? I started noticing towards when the hype was starting to creep up. I started noticing certain people when I would go hunt. I would recognize the same people, and I'm like, wait, these fools are hunting too. They're not just regular shoppers. You know what I mean? I started
Yep,
recognizing the same people, and I'll be like, what the fuck, like this motherfucker's hunting too.
bro.
But
I,
like, I was tripping out when I would see people just stand in line and there was no product. They were like if they were waiting for something. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And there was no vendor, there was no nothing, but they were waiting for a vendor or the hopes for a vendor to come. You know what I mean? Even and this is crazy too, because even my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. With Target too, I started noticing like people are starting they were starting to line up outside of Target before they open up, and they
yeah,
go inside and then they make a line inside
yeah,
of Target. You know what I mean? To wait for the vendor. So I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, are you? Is there a vendor coming today? Like, what the fuck? But no, they're just waiting. You know, and I don't got the time for that shit. Like,
It's
so
wild.
I wanted to make content off of that, but I don't want to be a hypocrite because I have stated myself like I don't want to be recorded. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
now, I mean, I'm backing like I'm already like backtracking on that shit because to be honest, like I don't even care. If motherfucker want to record me, all right, just don't be disrespectful. That's all I
Mhm.
ask. Just don't be disrespectful because I was starting to see like a lot of these videos of people like exposing scalpers or whatever's. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, basically being disrespectful, like talking shit to them. You know what I mean? They're like low key, like I see the people that they're like fucking putting down, and it's like, come on, bro. Like you gotta. I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna say another word. You gotta be a punk to be bullying someone fucking small, just talking shit and then fucking recording them and then putting them on blast on the internet. I think that's some punk ass shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I wouldn't even do it. I don't condone that shit. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even if it was like I don't know, bro. Even if it was a fucking scalper, like I think that's grimy as fuck. But I get it. It's clicks, it's fucking views, whatever's. You know what I mean? But when you're getting disrespectful, like you better be prepared when someone's gonna react. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm
Yep.
gonna be the one because I got too much to lose. But still, though, like fuck all that. Like you're gonna be disrespectful. I'm gonna be disrespectful. So we got
Yeah. No,
Willem Miller in here too. What up? What up, Will?
I totally get that. Let me take a moment to say hi to people in the chat because I haven't really paid attention to chat. I've been reading through the messages, but
Me too,
usually,
man.
like,
What's up, everybody? What's up?
yeah. AMPM Pokemon, how's it going? You were the first one here today. Thank you so much. AMPM Pokemon, big supporter here of the channel. He's going to be coming on the channel Wednesday, April 23rd. So, Wednesday, April 23rd, get ready to meet AMPM Pokemon here in person in the channel. Well, again, like Feller Chris, not in person, in a virtual thing. But what's up, my dude? He sent over some mail, dude, and inside the
All right.
mail there was a battle partners box. We opened
Oh,
it up, used it for pack battles. Somebody pulled Lily's Clefairy SAR. You know who it was?
bro.
William Hill.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. So he won that because of AMPM. That was freaking epic. And he sent over a bunch of other stuff in there. This is actually one of
Oh,
my favorite things. Check it out, dude. Here we go.
oh, the Gengar?
Yeah.
Oh, that is sick, bro. That's dope.
Yeah. I like it with that little light behind it and shit. It gives it that like cool effect. There
Yeah,
we
that's
go.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So the dude's a legend. He's actually been on a couple of podcast episodes with me over on Son of a Merc's channel. Saturday
Mhm.
nights, I'm over on Son of a Merc's channel with iFomo and Shug Nasty. And
Mm,
yeah, AMPM's been over a couple times. The last episode was this Saturday, bro. It was funny because we just basically were talking about some ghost stories, bro, on that episode. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I
nice.
scared everybody with one of my stories, bro. And like they had a couple stories. I had one, just one. Okay, and we're done with stories. It
It's a
was a good
banger
one.
one though.
Yeah,
That's what's up, bro.
yeah. I see Katie Jade. How's it going, Katie Jade?
What
That
up,
means
Katie?
Canada's watching us, bro.
Ink
Canada's watching.
Penguin too. What up, Ink Penguin?
Yeah, Ink Penguin. I saw when he said Blinky, so I took a Blinky for Ink Penguin at the time. Let's see who else
I
is here
mean,
with.
cheers. Cheers.
Yep. Cheers. Let's take a
Cheers.
blink.
Not too much. Not too much. I think it's already Dunsky's too. Breathe it. Breathe it. Breathe it. Breathe it.
Damn, that one was good. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me see who else is here with us. Oh, I see. iFOMO. iFOMO popped in as well, and William Hill. Cool. There we go. Um, Hello, everybody else. If I missed you in chat, sorry about that. Had to skim through it. But continuing on to the topic we were talking about,
Mm.
I was actually watching another one of your videos pretty recently. I actually like rewatched it over again. I remember I was watching something. It finished. YouTube auto plays, like suggested content, and it
Hmm.
happened to play that video again. So I'm like, this one was pretty good. And I think it might have been from 3 to 4 weeks ago. It was when you were seeing a certain person was restocking the vending machines, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
there
yeah.
was one or two specific people that were in different areas waiting every time they were restocking.
Yeah, I had gotten that info really early, low key, but I ended up dropping the video late, and I started seeing already people like kind of putting it out there, like Rattle, Opossum. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I was gonna fucking talk about this shit anyways. You know what I mean? Let me just drop this
Mhm.
shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's like I, I've not like I like talking about stuff like that too, especially the shit that I'm noticing like is when people are talking about on the Facebook group or on Reddit or whatever's like because I think one of- I think the area was like it was local, like
yeah,
that dude it was local, and there was a few people talking about it were like, hey, and other people too. There's other people too like that. So it's not only them too. There's another a group, but they always have a mask. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he might be light skinned, but to me he looks Hispanic. Or I don't know. I'm just stereotyping. But there's always this guy that he will show up with a fucking milk crate. You know what I mean? And I guess he'll like everybody's like, oh, like don't let him get in front because he's gonna fucking scoop up everything.
Yeah.
And this is right before they started implementing the limits, and like because now if you didn't know, like we see the machine that says sold out, but it's not sold out technically. It's just locked.
I see.
Like I'm still trying to figure out right now. Nobody has figured this shit out yet,
The intervals.
but there's a time sequence. So
Mm.
say, and there's also a limit too. I think the most for like packs, I think the limit's 6 packs. For ETB is one, for a 10 is one, booster bundle is one. Um, what else are in there? The Pokeballs, I think it's
Yeah.
limit of 2 or 3 or something like that because I've
Okay.
gotten I've gotten 3. So it's just like different things have certain limits. You know what I mean? Right now, there's a
Mhm.
theory floating around. I haven't been able to prove it, but I have like messages of someone that I've discussed this with, and he claims that sometimes when you buy stuff out the vending machine, because sometimes you'll see Strider Fable ETB on ETB or Strider Fable,
Yeah.
nobody wants that shit, so
Yeah.
it'll be just stuck there. There's theories right now saying that when things get bought, it unlocks other stuff. You know what I mean?
Ah.
So I've been trying to prove this theory. So whenever I see like certain packs, you know what I mean. Usually I see like I'm not saying it's true. I don't really think it's true, but he says that it's possibility. Like he's seen it happen while after like he made a purchase, whatever's that a 151 booster bundle got released. So I'm like, all right. So whenever I do see stuff on the vending machine, it's usually like an ETB or packs. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I've been trying to test this theory. I'll buy up the packs. I haven't seen no unlocks yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bought up the ETB, no unlocks. So it's like maybe it's not. I don't think it is true, but it's a theory that's floating out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Pretty sure someone's gonna fucking talk about it or make a video about it. You know what I mean? Loki,
Yeah.
something I want to talk about, and
Oh
I'm
wait,
pretty
give me a
sure
sec.
someone's gonna figure this shit out. Go
Give
ahead.
me a
Go ahead.
sec.
Go ahead.
Christopher Mars, how's it going? I wanted to
Oh,
say what's
what
up
up? What up?
before his message went away. And Broly Pools just hopped into the chat, bro.
Interesting. That'd be a sick ass shiesty, or what? That'd be shiesty as sick. Oh, I see, I see, I
I
see.
see what he's saying. So before we moved on from this one, I actually that's the first time I've heard
Broly
this
too. What
theory.
up, Broly? Go ahead, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
first time I've ever heard this theory. I've never heard that theory, but you know what? I could see how they would do that because everybody wants to go to these machines to get what? Prismatic Evolutions,
Mhm.
151, Crown Zenith, Evo Skies, if you were to find it, how we used to
Or
be able to find it.
even though
And
Pokeballs, if because there's certain Pokeballs, I don't know if not all of them, but there's certain Pokeballs that have Lost Origin, Silver, and
brilliant.
thing Astro.
Oh, okay.
But
So they still
no,
have
my
Sword
bad.
and Shield. Yep.
Yeah.
I could see how. Think about it. Everybody's rushing these machines to get that. For the longest, if you went to the machines before it got this bad,
Mhm,
only the hype shit would be gone, but they'd leave
mhm,
everything else behind.
mhm.
Pokemon's getting smart. All right. You want the hype shit? For every 10 non hype items, I'll sell you one hype item. I could
It,
see that shit. To control it, because people still want that hype item, and they're gonna buy up this item to get that item. And if
I
it
wouldn't put it
unlocks
past.
it,
I wouldn't put it past. To, you know what I mean? I wouldn't put it
weird
past them. I
sales.
think they are capable of doing that shit. You know what I mean? Especially how they have these weird implements on the machine, which a lot of people are like, they can't do it. They can't put limits on a machine. You know, what if somebody else wants to buy something next? Like, what if the next
Hmm.
person's behind it? How he's gonna buy a product? You know what I mean? But there's a weird thing. Like, basically, no, you go buy some stuff and then it locks. But
Hmm.
I've noticed one time when I went hunting, right? I noticed one time there was some dude because now the other machines that say no loitering, you can't be hanging out.
Yeah.
I did see this one guy. I think I might have pictures of him, or I recorded a video. I think I still might have this proof. There was some dude just like hanging out on the machine.
At
I
the
walk up to
Starbucks.
no, not even a Starbucks. It was a supermarket. But I walk up to the machine and I see him just hanging out, not in front of it, but like next to it, where like the supermarket products are at. You know what I mean? He's not even shopping. He's just standing there with his phone. But he's standing right next to the machine. And I asked him, "Is there anything in there?" He's like, "Nah, it's all sold out." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I push him. I touch the screen. It shows me, bam, everything is sold out. I'm like, "All right." I'm thinking like, if it's sold out, then what the fuck are you doing here? I'm thinking this shit
Yep.
to my head. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are
Yep.
you doing here if it's sold out? Like, why are you wasting your time? You know, I didn't understand that. But maybe people are trying to figure out this time limit shit because there is what up, get you? There is a fucking
Yo,
time limit.
get you.
We don't know yet what is that time limit yet. If it's fucking 15 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, fucking an hour, 2 hours, like who the fuck knows? But
Yeah.
there is a lock system. You know, there is definitely a lock system. It's just you just gotta be lucky. Like low key, I don't know if you know one of he's a new content creator, low key. He's a viewer also. He's local around in our area. Armangi. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
I've
seen
heard him.
him.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He just got lucky. I think today too. He got a Surgeon Sparks booster bundle off of the vending
Ooh.
machine near his pad. So there's hope. It's just like, do you? It's just look. Do you just want to really go drive around to every freaking vending machine and then risk it like that everything's locked? You
Oh,
know what I
check it
mean?
out. Check it out. I did
Like,
that with Brian recently. We went to over 40 locations that have Pokemon, vending machines, and stores.
uh,
This was around the time Journey Together was releasing. You get me?
mhm.
And it was when people were finding certain shit at certain places. We went all over LA County only. We didn't go to Riverside. We didn't go to Orange County, no San Diego. But we went to Targets, Walmarts, Best Buys, Barnes and
I know what
Nobles,
you mean. Yeah, hunting.
Vons, Albertsons, Food for
Mhm.
Less because of the vending machines, Winco. I have the whole list with
Winkle
every
too.
vending. Yeah, Winco has vending machines. I have the list from Pokemon Center. It has the location for every vending machine
Also, the
in our
new
area.
there's probably update then. It's a
Yeah,
new
I
update.
send it over
Okay,
to Pidgey Boys. When I
I
went
see.
that day, I sent Frank over that list. I'm like, look, um, but we went all over. We went to Costco's and we went to Sam's Clubs and everything you can think of. Ace Hardware. You get me?
Mhm.
We went everywhere, bro. We didn't find, and we also went to CVS, Walgreens, and fucking Rite Aid. We found the
I
random
think.
Rite Aid, so we went to it. And
Mhm.
we found like one or two locations that had single sleeved boosters, and it wasn't anything I really wanted. So we didn't get shit. All day we went hunting, bro. But it's because he said, fuck it, let's just go hunting. Let's spend all day just to see if it's really that bad. It really was that bad that day. And I get what you mean, how you said, do you really want to go drive around? But that's how many opportunities we had. And we noticed a few things which I want to bring up. So the reason why I said hanging out at the Starbucks is because that's something we noticed. A few Vons have a Starbucks inside the store. The Starbucks has a
Yeah.
seating area that overlooks the vending machines. We
Mm.
went towards the vending machine and we saw that it was locked.
There's a few,
Nothing
yeah.
was there, but there was two items, and it allowed you to put items into your cart. But when you went to check out, it said no items were there, so it wouldn't allow the sale. It showed
Oh,
two items, and I think it was
um,
like a flaw or something.
the
Um,
sometimes okay. And this is just I don't mean to cut you off, but just to let you know, um, it's a vending machine. Sometimes there's mistakes. It's not that they weren't filled up. I myself have gotten an extra pack.
ah,
You know what I mean? So sometimes there's that fuck up where an extra pack falls, and you know, because it happened to me a few. The one time I
yeah,
recorded it, I got it on screen. It's
yeah,
on one of my shorts. I got it one time. So, but there's been a few times where I'm like, oh shit, an extra pack. All right, cool, fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna complain, but it happens. It does happen. So
mhm.
probably that's what happened to you. Like there was in the
Well,
system, it said there was still some, but it got dispensed.
we'll check it
But
out though. So we saw that, and we're taking off, and there's a dude chilling by the Starbucks, and he has his hood up, and he just looks at us, and he's like, "It hasn't unlocked yet. It's still gonna be 10 or 15 more minutes." And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
they
And by the
know.
door, we saw security, bro. Because you know how some of the stores have security, right? We saw
Yeah.
security, and he went, "The machine's gonna unlock soon." How did they know? And I
So
think
they've been
that what
waiting.
we saw with that product, it could be what you said, but one of the items was booster box. I don't think it
Mm.
would drop an additional booster box. I mean, I don't know, but it's a big fucking item.
Damn, that will be lucky, bro.
Yeah,
Whew.
but you get what I mean,
Yeah, that's
though.
too big. Yeah, that's too big.
So
I
I
do believe.
think it was pre-unlocked, bro. Like we were right there, bro. Like, but we took off because we were hunting. We were like, "Fuck this," but we noticed people, bro. You can just go grab a Starbucks. You're kicking it at Starbucks. You can't get in trouble. You got a receipt, baby. You're allowed
Yeah.
to kick it. Sip your shit slowly. You're good. You ain't trespassing. And you see
Shit,
that shit unlocked? Boom.
you can even work. I mean, if you work remotely, you know what I mean, or you could do other stuff. You know, you could
Exactly.
you could multitask.
Or if you're a content creator, you could work on building up the summaries for your videos and ensure that everything's uploading because you're using their Wi-Fi. I'm
And
just
that's one
saying,
of the
I
things I
don't
wanted
do
to
that,
mention too.
but I'm just
None of
saying.
those videos that I released, none of
Yes.
them are scripted. I don't script shit. I my scripted is me thinking about it, and then I'm just processing it throughout the day or whatever. So I'm just thinking of the things I want to talk about, what topics, and how I want to hit it, and
Mm-hmm.
then bam, I just do it. I don't write shit down. I don't. There's no me rehearsing shit. I'm rehearsing it as I go, or like while I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
prefer to be like that too. I feel like it's more natural. You know, I don't want to
Yep.
fucking be like, oh, what do I gotta say? Okay, pause. Let me edit this shit out. And you see those fucking clips. Like, I don't want to edit it. I want to just
Ricky
spew it out.
Hernandez.
You know what I mean? Whoa, yo, what's up,
Give
Ricky?
me a
How you
second.
doing, bro?
Let me show Ricky some. Let me show Ricky some.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey, Ricky, this one's for you, bro, because you love La Boo Boos.
Fucking Broly, he try to come up with a cheat code, bro. Look it up. Hey, that's pretty dope. What is that?
This is a very special release for La Boo Boo, the Wings of Fortune one.
I saw that they're starting to collab with One Piece, and I thought of maybe collecting it, but you know what? Fuck that. Like, look, I can't do nothing else. No, I don't want to collect other shit. I can't do it. I can't do it. But
Blind
that's just pretty dope,
boxes.
though.
These are blind boxes for La Boo Boos. These are the options of what you could get, but there's three mega chases, bro. The chases are what makes it
Are
fucking
are
worth it.
are you getting the One Piece one?
I probably am gonna buy a box or two. You could buy them directly from their
Ah.
website, dude. If you buy it directly from their website, the box guarantees you every character.
No, I
You're
seen that. I seen
guaranteed.
that. That's
Yeah,
dope as fuck. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. That yeah, that's the best way to go.
this is the
Yeah,
little guys. These are blind boxes as well. These are all the variants. There's only one chase for these ones.
I thought about it too. What is it? A case is like what? Like 1,000? No,
I don't know how much the cases go for. I just know I can
no.
buy them because I have the website.
I'm tripping. No, how much are the boxes? They're like maybe
Oh,
20 bucks or something like that.
oh, check it out. Check it out. So I bought these
I'm
directly
tripping.
from
I'm tripping.
Pop This box, I think this one was either 25 or 30 because this is one of the bigger ones. This one was like around 15. This is one of the smaller ones. See the difference in size?
Yeah.
That other one, that fucker was expensive. I think that little guy by itself was like 50 bucks just by itself, but that one's not a blind box and it's bigger.
Yo,
Let's
what
see.
up, Shug Nasty? I did think about it, bro. I was thinking like, fuck,
Yeah,
like,
check it
because
out.
I like One
See?
Piece. Yeah, that's pretty.
So this guy's bigger than this.
I see. I see.
Yeah. And these are
Those are
special
different sizes.
collabs. This is just like a straight up like single like type of Labubu. There isn't different variants to this one.
Hey, those shits be fucking pricey aftermarket, huh?
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, this Funko Pops are out,
Can't do it.
Labubus are in.
I thought about it, bro, because of the One Piece shit, but I can't. I don't want a FOMO, bro. I don't want. I low key. I'm not saying I FOMO, but I made a decision. With the MTG. What was it? The SpongeBob MTG.
Oh
Magic the
yeah,
Gathering.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah. So I got a few of those, so I could get the promo. Right.
Bro, I want one.
The promo.
Check
I can't. I won't sell the promo. I'm
La
sorry.
Fufu. This one's a fake.
Yeah.
A La Fufu. This is a fake for the Coca-Cola. Instead of Labubu, La Fufu.
La fufu.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's a really good looking fake. I'm actually going to make a video to showcase the differences so people don't get caught and buy a fake. I got this one knowing it was a fake though.
So yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, might as well, because low key, I seen them. I'm like, okay, these are pretty dope. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I'm a fucking big old SpongeBob fan and shit like that,
Yeah.
but I do like SpongeBob. I kind of like I would watch it too. You know what I mean? And there's like a few episodes that were my favorite of all. But either way, like when I seen the cars, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get that shit. Why am I gonna get that shit? And then our Maggie hits me up. He's like, bro, they're back up again. I'm like, okay, I'll get on. I see that there's a waiting line, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens with this. And then being disappointed that I missed out on the Destined Rivals drop too, and I'm
Damn.
like, fuck, like I gotta get some, I gotta get some. So I made the decision. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get a few of those bundles. But the ones that I got were they're the foil ones, but it's the 39.99 ones, the ones where it has the rainbow,
Yeah,
fucking SpongeBob. Yeah,
that's
I
the one I
wanted
saw, bro, in the
I wanted
ad,
the
bro.
derpy one, bro. I messed up.
Oh,
The one I wanted the whole collection. If I was gonna, because that's what I should have done. I just fucked up.
shug
You know what I mean?
nasty.
I want the one that is all derpy, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
What's up, Trainer Glenn? What's up,
yo,
Poet Trader
what up,
KD?
bro?
Shug Nasty.
What
Loving
up?
how the hair is immaculate tonight. Appreciate it. That deserves Blinky. But bro, I did not know they had a derpy one. To tell you the truth, I only knew about the rainbow one because that's the one I kept seeing in the ad everywhere. My
Mm,
my wife and her, she has two sisters. The one that's older, they're really big SpongeBob fans. I have never collected Magic the Gathering. However,
me neither.
I
Me neither.
wanted this shit.
This is the
I
first time I've
wanted
ever.
it.
This is the first time I've ever bought
Yeah,
anything Magic the Gathering, bro. I'm not gonna
they
lie.
all wanted it. I found out on the day of release, oh, this shit dropped already hours ago and it sold out. I was
Mm.
fucking devastated. I was like, fuck, I
There,
just found out about it.
there was three drops. Those three drops throughout the day.
Ah,
Yeah, because it was the first drop and it sold out, but then there was a second, like 30 minutes after, there was another drop, and that got sold out maybe like 30 minutes, and then there was another little small drop, but it was just only certain stuff. It wasn't like all the collection no more. You know what I mean? After a few waves, there was only certain ones that you can only get. I think after the third drop, it was no foils. It was just the regular ones. So after then, it was already kind of low key too late, unless you just wanted the regular ones too. You know.
Yeah.
But for me, I was chasing the foils. I wanted for sure the foils. I didn't want nothing else but the foils.
Did you hear about the drop they had for Marvel for like Wolverine and Storm and shit?
I seen those, but like I said, I don't want to FOMO because I'm a fan of X-Men. I'm a big fan of X-Men. I'm a big fan of Deadpool. But I
Yeah.
didn't. I did not like. They were goofy, bro. The
You didn't like
Deadpool drop.
the
I didn't
artist
like the
or
Deadpool
the
one.
style?
No, I mean, it's just look. The style was cool. It's not bad. It's not. I'm not hating on it. I'm just like, look, they're just really going off on the whole Ryan Reynolds fucking Deadpool goofy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I get, yeah, it could be comedic, but Deadpool's a hard ass mofo, bro. Like, yo, we got a dono. What up, bro?
Hey,
But go
I'm
ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get I'm gonna get a smaller boo boo to open it up. I'm gonna open up one of the little
Love,
boo boos.
love,
Okay.
boo boo fun. But
Here.
bro, that shit, I didn't like it. I thought it was goofy. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
Choose
Nah,
which one we open. Left or right, Ricky? Left or right? Let's open one and see what we get inside. Left or right? La boo boos from space. Left. All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and
left,
open that one and put this other
left
one
gang.
away.
Come on, bro.
There we go. All right, cool. Let's check it out. So I'm gonna show you a close up of the picture so you see all the different ones we can pull right here inside. We
All right.
definitely want the chase though.
Which one you want?
We want the chase. We want the one we can't
Uh,
see.
okay.
It's probably gonna look like this guy right here.
Oh, because that's the only one that's not in the picture.
Yep.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing, I do not see him. And it says Labubu Warrior. So I'm like, shit, that'd be pretty sick. All right. If we don't get that one though, honestly, the one that which one was the one I saw? Oh, Zimomo Beast is the one I wanted. Zimomo Beast. So there's two. There's the Labubu and the Zimomo. The Zimomo has a tail, and it's like their leader, and it's the male. The Labubu is like the female one, and it doesn't have a tail. So I want that one because
Eh,
it has wings and
how
looks pretty
how
cool.
how how's it like these blind boxes? They got a big ass hype too, bro. Like blind boxes and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
because I've seen all these different ones. Like, I understand Labubu. I understand that the aesthetics of it, right? The way it looks, whatever is how they're fucking doing the collabs. But what's up with the other ones where it looked like it's just like a little baby? You know what I mean? Like a little baby. It look to me that should look creepy as fuck, bro. But it would be like a little baby, just like in different dressed in different ways. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah,
this shit is popular. Like, what the fuck? Like, people really
it's
like collecting this shit.
it's just
But
other stuff. This is the little environmental diadem thing. It keeps everything
mm,
like dry in there.
fresh,
Let's see. There's a
moist.
little. All right, so I already know what it is because this shows you what it is. So we pulled this little fella. So we didn't get the chase. That one's called Spooky Emperor Soldier.
No, nice, nice. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I was reading Ricky's right now. Hey, bro, get your little boo boos. Get your little boo boos, bro. Nah, it's just I
But oh well
if I
to respond to you though, those other ones, it's basically like the maker of these toys makes
mm,
other toys for other like IPs, other intellectual properties. So
okay,
those other baby things, it's just another toy that's made by this toy maker, but it has nothing to do with Labubus. But I know what you're talking about. I've seen those too. They look kind of weird. But over
mm,
there in other Asian countries, they like things that are really cute and really little, and they're like babies. It
I
makes
see, I
sense
see.
that they get that as a blind box item
I
for
got it, I
them
got
when
it.
it is manufactured over there, usually sold over there. We're just kind of catching on to the craze. These things have probably been popular over there much longer than right here, because right here it's barely kind of starting to gain motion. You get me?
Gotcha, gotcha.
All right. There we go. So we broke the little seal, and let me see if there's a little
Oh, it's
base in
tiny,
there.
huh?
What's up?
The tiny one.
Yeah,
See, I
he has
see.
little blasters, and it is kind of shiny, so it's like metallic looking, like the paint,
Mm.
and it has some weight to it. This is how you
So
can
they're
tell
like
it's real.
they're,
It has the
they're
Pop
good
Mart
quality.
logo. Yeah, you know what it feels like? You know those Funko Pops in the soda cans?
Funko Pops and soda cans. No.
Yeah, you haven't seen the Funko Pop soda cans? Because there's the Funko Pops that come like in a box. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
the small one that's inside a soda can, and they're little figures like this. Están
Mm.
macizos, así como esos.
I
So it's
see. I
like
see.
solid. It's not hollow. But yeah, I like it. It's pretty. It's pretty dope. This is actually pretty cool. I can have this on my desk, and I can probably play around with Nikita, chase her around with it, maybe.
Nice, nice. Yeah, bro. I just don't want to FOMO. Like I'm telling you, I want to keep. That's why I'm saying no, 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 because I don't want to convince myself to get those One Piece Labubus. I gotta say no. I gotta keep saying no.
Well, so check it out. So I think it's about $15 for the little ones. So the one piece ones are gonna be like these. They're gonna be like these
Okay.
$15 ones. The box has 12 of them, right? So
I believe so. Yeah.
it's that times 12. The way it works though, out of the box, out of every 12 boxes, one of them will have the chase.
Yeah.
Usually.
If you get a case, like a case.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what you're kind of going for. It's like a lottery scratcher, and you're if you don't get anything, you still get the value of them being worth what they're worth normally. But if you get the chase, that's where it's like, oh, you hit it big depending on the chase. Some of them go for like a lot of money. Yeah.
Uh, they're cool. I like them. Not gonna lie.
I
I
like how
like I
they look
said.
creepy.
They yeah. It's the teeth and yeah. They look somewhat like I would they like they look cute but like demonic at the same time. You know what I mean?
All right,
Like
imagine a rabbit that looks like a rabbit that's like a demon rabbit because it looks like a human face. That's what I
mm,
imagine with the Labubus. But if you think about it, do you remember what Happy Tree Friends was back in the day?
happy tree friends. I don't think so.
It was a cartoon that had like these cute little animals. It was like squirrels and rabbits and stuff, and they looked like little humans. They were dressed up and they were just living normal lives, and they would have the most horrible deaths ever. And it was like super like violent
Oh
and
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
graphic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about now. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They always had a little cute song that went along with it. Labubu is the modern iteration of Happy Tree Friends in a way, because Labubu is kind of based on this like cartoon that they have, and they're trying to do good things, but something always happens, so something bad happens instead. So they're
Mm.
mischievous without wanting to be. They're mischievous, but they're trying to do
So
good.
there's
But their
there's this
nature,
backstory to them. Then there's like
yeah,
a
yeah,
lore. Okay, okay. I didn't
yeah.
know that. I didn't know that.
There's a lore. I had just read up on it. I think it's Nordic fairy tales that they're based off of. I might be
Mm.
wrong on that, so someone in chat correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe it's Nordic fairy tales. They actually take it. They got the idea from an actual thing, like an actual thing that is like a fairy tale that exists or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Broly. Team Maruchan. Team Maruchan. Not top ramen. Maruchan.
Dude, hey, that shirt's fire, bro. I think earlier AMPM was saying like that shirt's pretty fire, bro.
It's fun. It's Loki an old shirt too. I just got comfortable today, and I was like, you know what? It's pretty hot. Fuck it, I'll be comfortable. But yeah, it's one of my. I like this shirt too. I thought you was talking about your shirt, Loki, because you got a dope ass shirt too, bro.
Oh,
Captain
yeah,
Spaulding.
let me show this one off.
Yeah, you got a badass shirt.
There we
Oh, it's
go.
Terrifier, bro. I thought it was Captain
Yeah,
Spaulding. This is Terrifier.
nah. Art the Clown. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Hey, I
fault. My
like Captain
fault.
Spaulding too from House of Thousand Corpses. Yeah.
You see from right there, it looks like Captain Spaulding from that cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
right there. I'm
But
like,
the hat.
because I was like in my mind, I was like putting the rest of the picture, and it looked like one of the pictures that he has where he's fucking big old smile and shit.
Yeah.
But Terrifier, that's just creepy as heck too, bro. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've only seen the first and the second movie. I still haven't seen the third movie, to tell you the truth. I want to. I just haven't gotten around to it. Um, when I saw the first movie, I fell in love with it. I immediately saw the prequel. There's another
Mm.
movie that came out prior to Terrifier, and it wasn't based on Terrifier, but Art the Clown was one of the many stories in it. So it was kind of like his origins in a way. So there's technically four Terrifier movies if you count that first movie that he came out in.
What is it called again?
I'd have to look that one up. Give me a second. I'll actually look that one up because I
Is it like
forget the
Planet?
name of
Well,
that one.
they're all indie films. I was about to say it's an indie film most likely, but they're all indie films, right? Like all the
Yeah,
Terrifier ones.
yeah, except I think the new one, the new
Mm.
one. There's I think the new one was like the only one that was like a big budget one.
Mm.
Like a lot of money was supposed to go into the new one that came out.
I only saw parts of the first one, bro, and I was like, I really just need to sit down and just watch it because
Hmm.
I I get I like gore, I do, I can appreciate it too, but it was just a bit too cheesy for me, bro. I was like, I was just watching. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta intrigue me a bit for me to keep on at this. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be
Yeah,
too cheesy, but it's for those fans that like shit like that. You know what I mean? Because it is cheesy as fuck.
yeah,
Like, it's like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck? But it's creepy. I get it, the whole
yeah.
aspect, but it's pretty cool.
But it's kind of
You could
like
be.
I feel like it's meant to be like that. Like it's meant to be like over the top and a little exaggerated and stuff. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
That's what I mean.
Um,
Yeah, it's meant to be like that.
I found the first movie. It's called All Hallows Eve. So All
Mm,
Hallows Eve came out in 2013. Art the Clown was just one character out of the three or four stories total that were portrayed. Terrifier then came out in 2016, and it kind of took off from there.
mm.
Terrifier 2 was pretty good. Upon its release, Terrifier 3 did pretty damn well. I think
So
there's going to be a
two is better
Terrifier
than
4.
one. Two is
Hmm?
better than one.
Um, I like 2 better than 1. I saw 1 and 2. I like 2
Mhm.
better than 1.
I,
I do,
I
but I
only
haven't seen 3, so I don't know how
only
good
saw
3
parts of
is.
one.
But yeah, you
I
only
only
saw
saw
parts.
part.
You said?
Yeah, well, I don't even I didn't finish watching part one. Like, I think I seen up to the part where they were like investigating uh the cafe or whatever, the diner or whatever they were at,
Hmm.
and I know he was already like following them out or something like that, being like
Oh,
creepy as
okay.
shit. So
Yeah,
there's like, I don't know, bro. I was like, like, because I mean, it's a movie, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, this shit ain't fucking realistic. Like, come on, but it's art. You know what I mean? I understand. Like,
yeah,
it's different. It's a fucking movie. That's what it's supposed. It's like, I gotta get my mind off of, like, it's not realistic. It's not reality. Like, you know what I mean? But I was just thinking in
yeah,
my head like, that shit wouldn't happen. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I was just thinking like, that motherfucker will get shot on sight. Like, but yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool though. I definitely want to get into it though.
yeah. What's up, UPB? How's it going, dude? I don't think I said what's up to UPB. I gotta take
What
a
up,
blinky
UPB
real quick for
Glenn? What up,
UPB, you
Glenn?
know? Dude,
What happened?
I gotta take a blinky right now for UPB.
Handles.
Yeah,
Handles.
he was one of the people that came through spectacularly when we met up in Card Party 2 for the hashtag Grass Energy Gang. He was one of the local people right there, so he helped take care of us. You know what I mean?
Nice, nice. Go ahead. I would blink it with you, bro, but it's I think it's out. And I don't got no more Dabo Ruskis. I just got my herb.
No worries, no worries. Now, getting back on topic though. Getting back on
Mhm.
topic. I know we tackled the videos. We got into that whole aspect for a bit. Um, let's see. I want to see because I think we got one out of order. All right, so we did get into the Papi Chulos Discord server. We did mention that. Um, we did also get into those videos that I wanted to get into. Um, all right, here it is. Here it is. I see what it is. I see what it is. All right, we didn't get to take that deep dive into your collecting journey,
Oh,
and by that I mean obviously people know you do Pokemon. People know you do One Piece because I feel like those are the ones that I see most often.
mm.
But what else are you into? What else do you get your hands on? Do you also do Yu-Gi-Oh? You do Lorcana? Like you get what I mean? Like what other TCGs or collectibles or
No, that's basically it, bro. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I have before, and I want to enjoy. If I'm gonna be doing something like a certain, I want to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I don't wanna like. I don't want to go on a craze where I'm like, oh, okay, this shit's coming out now, and then okay, this other thing's coming out too. I gotta get this too, and
Yeah.
then this other thing's coming out too. Like it gets all bunched up, and I feel like I don't want to. I don't want to overindulge, even like and like I'm over fucking speaking because like I kind of do, but in a way like I manage it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just fortunate that I get sales here. Like I do a rip and ship, so that helps out a lot because I'm able to like offload some product, and then I'm able to open up some stuff personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it has but also like I do also post up on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, so that kind of helps out also too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like one thing like I did mention earlier, I'm like not gonna like completely stop the rip and ship, but I do want to venture more into content creation. You know what I mean? That's why I want to do
Yeah.
collabs. I want to do skits. I want to do different shit. You know what I mean? I want to have fun with this shit. As collecting, it's just been Pokemon, One Piece. When I was younger, it was Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh used to be my top. A little bit of Digimon, but it was when I was younger. It was Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Digimon.
Nice.
But is gone. Oh, and Playboys, but all that shit's gone. Nah.
That's what's up.
But it's just it's just it's I can't like I don't blame nobody. I did move out at a certain age too, so it's like shit just gets lost, bro. But like
I get what you
I
mean.
couldn't tell you, I couldn't even tell you like what happened to my shit. Like in
Yeah.
reality, I couldn't tell you. All
It
I know
might
is,
have gotten boxed up, put away somewhere, and it's just lost
and
to
it
time.
just got thrown away.
Yeah.
That because I know it's not in nobody's store. It's not in storage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know for sure my brothers have gone through the garage. It's not like a big ass garage. We've had a storage shed in the back, but like we knocked that shit down. Who knows, bro? It's just
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Dude,
But
imagine coming across it randomly though. Imagine, like just randomly, dude, one time out of nowhere, you just need it for some miracle. Boom, you come across the box, all your old
one
cards,
bro,
mint condition. Damn, dude, that would
one
be a
thing
blessing
I'm
in
very
disguise.
one thing I was trying to well that I was hopeful because I forgot to mention no one thing I used to collect the most out of everything, Pogs. Pogs was my shit.
Ooh,
I used to collect Pogs
damn.
when I was a kid, but all that shit's gone too. And it was funny is like my that was one thing like it was low key something that I really liked too as a kid because it was something that my dad that's something that my dad would get me. You know what I mean? He would
Mhm.
get me Pogs. You know what I mean? He and Loki I wanted to bring up I'm hopeful that it's still there, but I highly doubt it. I would have to like talk to my uncle if he's like that lives over there in my grandparents' bed.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, like I said, my dad used to get me pugs, slammers, all that.
Damn,
Uh,
dude.
what's it called? He had gotten me like a few sheets of pugs, like complete, like,
Ooh.
and these were like fucking sheets, like where I if I like basically like as wide as my arms. You know what I mean? These were like
Yeah.
fucking big, bro, and uncut, of course. You know what I mean? They were
Damn.
just fucking sheets of pugs. And I remember one time when I was a kid, I tried cutting some out And my dad was like, "No, don't do that." I didn't realize what the fuck I was doing. I just wanted some pogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think after that they probably moved them somewhere else. I don't know where they're at, but
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that like that they probably. I just gotta mention. I gotta mention it to him. I gotta ask him like, "Hey, what you guys ever do with those sheets?" You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I remember like I was a kid. You know, they said they were mines. Okay, they're my pogs. Like
I get it.
I'm
I
gonna go get
get
my
it.
pogs. I want to play with them, you know, because
Yeah.
all those like low key, they were like I wouldn't say like they were the original ones, but you know how pogs they used to have this a logo of a little. It was I don't know if it was a kid or it was a certain logo that they had back then, and especially in the back too, it had the pog logo and all that. That they were all legitimate
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the knockoff ones or
Yeah.
they're legitimate pogs. You know what I
It
mean?
had all the markings that it needed to have, right? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so it was just like it was cool, but I wanna ask him like what's up with that. But
Damn.
that's something that that's something that because I used to play like especially in school like bro fucking take my little tube slam that shit bro that shit was fun bro. Pogs was
Damn.
the shit. Pogs was the shit. Have you seen they're bringing up Pogs back like there's this chest that they're basically like I don't know what the fuck but
Yeah.
like they're trying to bring them back. Yeah, they're trying to bring back
Alright.
Pogs.
I did
There,
not
there's like
know that.
there's like a collectors right now thing where I think they're numbered, like
Oh,
like they're
shit.
numbered or something like that. Yeah, it's
Damn.
something like that. But I've been seeing like a lot of advertisements about that, but I'm not gonna get them. You know what I mean? I don't see a point anymore. But when I was a
Well,
kid, yeah, I used to have fun with them.
check it out. William Hill has the point. He says, "Run for keeps all day, bro. Just buy them and start going out. Hey, want to play for keeps real quick? Let's go."
Yup, yup. Bro, I used to
Damn,
have some heavy slammers too, bro. Like thick ass ones. Fuck.
dude.
Well, people would get mad too. Some like because I used to play a lot. Sometimes, yeah, you just get that little tilt, but sometimes I would get that whole full flip, bro. I'm like, fuck, that shit's dope. Like when you complete that shit, that shit's pretty
Yeah,
dope. Like if
yeah,
you know, you know. If you know, you know. But
yeah.
Pogs was
Now
the
that's
shit,
what's
bro.
up, bro. Honestly, like I hardly come across anyone, bro, that even remembers what the hell pogs were. You know what I mean? Like that. That's what's up, bro. That's actually something really cool, dude. Because honestly, all right, when I've come across some collectors that collect Pokemon or they collect
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, it goes back to
Mm.
our childhood a lot of the time, and it's like, oh, I started when I was a kid. I started because I watched the cartoon or whatever, right? So I always ask them before Pokemon, before Yu-Gi-Oh, did you collect anything? A lot of them have told me no, right? Then I start mentioning, what about Hot Wheels? What about Pogs is one of them. What
Mhm.
about little mini action figures? Like maybe you had little action figures from the vending machines, you know what I mean? The little quarter machines.
Oh, like homies.
Yeah, that's one of
Like
them.
I
That's
remember
one type.
those. No, my dad used to collect those.
Yeah.
The homies. Um, the only thing I will say that I used to collect when not used to collect, well, that I did collect. Well, nah, there was a few things. I don't know if you remember back then, Space Jam.
Oh
Those
yeah.
those stuffed animals in Space Jam, the for the Happy Meals. Those shits were dope, bro. Let me put the charger on the because it's already dying.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
those were pretty dope. I remember the Space Jams, stuffies. Like all of I had all of them. My dad, of course, my dad helped me collect them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so those and small soldiers, action figures.
Oh, dude, from that movie,
Those
right? Small
yeah,
Soldiers,
small
dude.
soldiers. That was dope, bro. Like those are like little things that I'm remembering that my dad will have like, and it's not even like that. Like it's not like we'll collect it, but I got the collection. You know what I mean? And so, but
Like
I would
all
play
of them.
with them. Yeah, I would play with them. Yeah, like me and my brothers will play with them.
Did you ever get the Inspector Gadget toys?
Mm.
You don't remember those for the Inspector Gadget ones? You
I remember.
collected all the different toys and they came together and they made a giant Inspector Gadget, bro.
I never had that one. I
Yeah,
never had.
that
I
was
had
one of
like
the ones.
Transformers.
Oh, the Transformers were freaking
Hmm.
sick, bro.
Beast Wars. Beast
Oh
Wars was
yeah,
another one for me.
yeah.
Uh, Street Sharks was another one for me.
Dude, Street Sharks was the shit, bro. Dude,
And
there's so many
these are
people that don't know about that one, bro.
Bobby's World. These are just it's shit that I used to grow up watching, bro. Bobby's World. Bobby's World was a shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Very
yeah,
underrated. Bobby's World was a
yeah.
shit. You know. Well, of course, Batman, the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep. All those
Uh,
Marvel cartoons back then were cool. X-Men, The Amazing Spider-Man. You had
mhm.
a few different cartoons that they had going on at a time, right?
Animaniacs, bro. Animaniacs, even to today, like I even tried watching the reboot, and it's a little bit more like woke, but
Hmm.
it's it's still good. It's still good. Like I'm not gonna lie,
Still worth
it
watching.
still kind of it still holds up. You know what I mean? But the old school stuff, bro, that's just classics. Like I even try to like low key kind of like see if my kids kind of like it catches their attention,
Hmm.
and sometimes you know what I mean. But they like other stuff. They're still like little babies.
Check this out. Yesterday, you know how we brought up Frankincense earlier?
Yeah.
This was the meetup yesterday. These were cards I got again, thanks to Get You and thanks to Jay's Corner
Mm,
TCG.
the promo,
Yeah, these are the stamped promos.
Brilliant Stars.
Yeah, I didn't
You
have
know
any
what's
of these
funny?
stamped promos.
I I have a lot of those shits too, bro. That I have collected.
Yeah,
Like I still
and
have
these
them sealed like
cards,
that too.
these I
You know,
didn't pay for. These were given to me for free. So again, big shout out to Get You. Big shout out
hell
to
yeah,
Jay's
bro.
Corner TCG.
Uh, no, I was gonna mention right now that I think I still have a lot of them that are just sealed, bro. Because I used to, well,
Ooh.
of course, with the pre-release, you can only get the build-in battle boxes, and before there was booster bundles, there was only build-in battle boxes. So I will get those and try to collect the promos as well too. So I have like extra ones that are just there, bro. That are just they're just sitting there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
these go
go
for it.
ahead. No, I was gonna mention I'm a promo collector too. So that's one thing too. So like when you were mentioning like what I collect, Pokemon, One Piece, I more like promos, even promos like that. I like to collect promos. You know, from the V boxes, from the collection boxes, stamp promos from the pre-releases. What's it called? The ones from the releases too, from the main release too. You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah,
GameStop stamp promos too, like all those. I try to collect as much as I can. I see. But that's like I'm more like a promo type of collector.
I like the promos, and I did only get cards that I needed that I didn't have.
Mm,
These are all from my personal collection, so they're all going to be binder pieces.
nice.
Some were Japanese, like these ones. For the promos, I do try to get one of each of the promos, and that's why I like opening a bunch of different types of boxes because I like getting minty promos if I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I think they're kind of cool. It kind of gives you some of that value back from the price of the boxes when you buy them, and it decreases the price you pay per pack when you like plug it all in together.
Mm. What was that, Korean? Oh, that was Japanese.
No, this one's English. Ariados Trainer Gallery.
Oh shit, I'm looking at it backwards. My fault.
Yeah, it's because of the camera. The only this
Yeah.
comes out normal because it's like a banner, so it's double sided. I put it backwards in real life, but the camera flips it, so it looks normal.
Ah, so it's a fucking it's a mirage. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. But
It's playing
big
tricks on
shout
me.
out to Get You, and let me show you the other one because I got to give a big shout out to Pidgey Boys, the slab that he gave us to give away to the channel. He also gave me this card for me, out of those new
Ooh,
Happy
okay, from
Meals for the
yeah, I
big
see
kids
what you mean.
or for adults. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen those.
All right, check it out. So from Disney
Ah, the
100,
fucking Pumbaa.
Pumbaa, PSA 9, but it's the numbered one,
Damn.
and it's number 71 out of 100. So it's super, super limited. This is going to
Nice,
be for us to just do a little free giveaway. We're not giving
nice,
it
bro.
away today. We're going to do something special. We'll do a little lead up to it, and it'll be during some sort of stream that we run. We're going to announce it so people are aware of it. I don't know the value of it, and honestly, it doesn't matter. This is just a super exclusive item. Big shout out to Frank from the Pidgey Boys. Appreciate it very much, bro. This is freaking epic. Epic. Look at Ricky
What's up, bro?
Hernandez.
That's what's up,
Ricky
man.
Hernandez is excited.
That's what's up.
Ricky wants that Pumbaa. He's like, let me get that fireworks card real quick.
Nah, Puma's
There
dope
you go.
though.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I have another card that's a 1 out of 100. It's Miguel from the movie Coco.
That's cool,
And
bro.
it's yeah,
Me, that's cool.
yeah. So that's the only Disney card that we have that's like serialized or numbered or whatever you call it. It's, I guess it's not really serialized. I don't know, but maybe. I mean, this is 71 out of 100, so we know that's kind of like a serial number, kind of in a way, right?
Nice. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's numbered, right?
Yeah, yeah. But bro, this is epic, bro. Again, Frank was just out of nowhere, bro. He's like, "Here you go for your channel. Go ahead and give that away to somebody." And I'm like, "Shoo!"
That's dope of
I'm
them,
like,
bro.
"Really?"
Yeah,
And
that's what's up, man.
he's like, "Yeah, bro." So,
Yeah,
big shout out. Big shout
that's
out
what's
to the
up.
homie. There we go. Again, I had to showcase those because those deserved to be seen. Everybody knows now which ones are my PC ones. These ones, the slab will be given away, so everybody just has to keep an eye out for that.
Mm.
Once it's live, y'all will know. And then one more time, because Jay's Corner TCG, thank you so much. He did hook it up. V drill alt art. Let's
That's
freaking
a nice
go.
one too, bro. It's a nice one too.
Yep.
I think I pulled that one personally. Also, I definitely
And
pulled that one.
it's a clean copy. This is for my PC. I'm not gonna grade it or anything. It's just gonna be in a binder. But I like that it's not like really off center or like really jacked up or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've noticed too. Like, well, not that I've noticed, but one thing I am considering is because I like me. I'm not. I try to do master sets, but I'm not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm just for me. That's not my goal. I don't need a master set. You know what I mean? But of course, I will try to collect as much as I can off of every set of the stuff that I want to collect. Whether it be in the big hits, of course I want to chase those. You know what I mean?
It's nice to
And
get them,
and and
dude.
and yeah, I want to have them. I want to have them as like my trophies. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I want them. I'm not gonna bullshit, but like I do have. I mean, I've opened up a lot of product myself. Before I started doing the rip and ship, I would open up product for myself and just do videos. You know what I mean? Um, just have fun with it. You know, just fucking hold the gen type of shit. But I have pulled back from a lot of like. I mean, yes and no. I just how do I explain? I'm just managing it a little bit different. Like if I'm gonna be opening product, I'm gonna spread it out. I'm just not gonna open up everything in like
All at
two
once.
hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like not anymore. But
I get it.
I mean, it's definitely like I just want to keep like I don't know. I definitely want to keep the content creation. You know, I'm not fucking going nowhere. You know,
Yeah,
like I know I've gone through a few hiatus and a few times. You know what I mean with my channel. Like just life. You know what I mean? It's just life, bro. I'm not gonna give you any excuses or just you know what I mean or give you know. But it's just
yeah.
people go through shit. You know what I mean? People definitely go through shit. And that's low key like I don't know, bro. For me, I feel everybody goes through something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
I
just
agree.
it just finding a way to get over it. I'm not even get over it, bro. Just keep doing what the fuck you want to do, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I like one like I said I've kind of pulled back from here and there a few times, and I try to like justify it for like my own excuses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in reality, I was just hiding. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I was just hiding, but there's no point because this is low key. This is my escape. You know what I mean? My hobby is my escape. Even
Mhm.
like being on Discord with the Papi Chulos, like that's my escape. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna bullshit. Like it's like
It
I don't know,
helps you
bro.
get away from it all, kind of like a distraction. Like you don't have to think about anything else, deal with anything else,
Yeah,
worry about anything.
I'm not gonna go sit here and say like if I want a social life, I could go get a social life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But like that even that's time consuming, bro. I gotta find the time to even do that shit. You feel
yeah,
me? But shit like this, I don't gotta go out my way. Like we don't gotta drive to each other to fucking hang out. If we
exactly.
want to hang out, we could just jump on here and just fucking hang out. You know what I mean? We don't gotta go out of our way to fucking be like we don't gotta be a nuisance to each other. We
Hmm.
just fucking hang out. And that's what I like, especially about shit like this. Discord, uh just I don't know, dude. Like but yeah, I just felt like I was trying like I almost quit, bro. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I
Damn,
almost quit. Like I
for
almost
real.
did. Yeah,
So
almost
that's
did.
that's fucking surprising. This is the first I hear it. Just so everybody knows. I mean, I don't want
'Cause
anyone to be like, "Yo,
I never wanted to tell
yeah,
nobody because
yeah,
I never wanted to be like I never wanted to portray that I was jumpy about it. You know what I mean? Because I knew deep down I still wanted to continue it,
yeah."
but I was trying to figure shit out. You know what I mean? And in reality, staying away was a mistake.
Damn.
Like not gonna bullshit. Staying away was a mistake. Like I should have just cut. Like I should have just continued. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know, I'm learning from it, and like I said, just keep going, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you feel? So, I mean, I'm just going to ask a little bit to continue in that point because you did say so staying away was a mistake. I do understand sometimes we do have to stay away. Sometimes there's certain things we can't do. I started out going with a lot of events and I haven't been doing a lot of events lately. Why? Money's tight. I have to
Mm,
decide, do I want to choose money and go to an event and not do content for an entire month? Or do I want to do content 2 to 3 times a week for the whole month? I'd rather do 2 to 3 times a week for the whole month than just that one event. You get what I mean?
yeah.
Or what's the point of going to an event if I'm just gonna have enough for the entry and the parking, but I'm gonna like probably not want to eat there all day because of how high everything is in price, or I'm not even gonna be able to buy anything. Like I'm
Mm,
probably gonna have to like trade through a vendor if they take trades, which will give me lower value for whatever I'm bringing in. Like if I go to an event, I want to make sure, okay, I've got enough cash to satisfy all the needs and wants I'm gonna have. If I go to an event, I know I'm gonna see some nice shit. I'm gonna see some shit that I like. I'm gonna see
that's
shit that
true.
I don't have, and I'm gonna want some of that shit. Can't get none of that shit without any money. You know what I mean? And
I
it's
mean,
just
yeah,
the hard
that's
truth.
true. It's facts.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because of that, there's a lot of collabs that I've missed out on that people have hit me up. Hey yo, we're gonna do something over here. You want to meet up? Yeah, can't go, guys. Fucking my bad. And I see some of the content they shoot and everything, and it's like it for me. It kind of does give me that a little bit of that FOMO. Like, fuck, I'm gonna miss out. Like that shit's gonna be fun because I enjoy it. I enjoy the whole aspect of it because at the end of it all, it's just me hanging out with friends that like to do the shit I like. Whether the video
Mm,
does good or not, I don't give a shit because for so long, this channel was not monetized. I didn't make shit off of it. Even now that it's monetized, I don't make a single fucking dime off of it. It all goes back to the damn channel. And I'm
mm,
not complaining. I'm proud of that. I want it to be self sustaining. But what I'm saying is, I'm still not making anything off of it, but I'm still having a ton of fun because it is something I like to do. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
facts, bro.
And when I'm out there, if I'm shooting a video with Pidgey Boys, if I'm shooting a video with Get You, if I'm shooting a video with you, if I'm shooting a video with Gonzo, anybody at an event, I'm having fun. You can see it in the fucking video. Why? Because we're doing shit I like, shit that we're into. We're
Mm,
opening packs, we're kicking it, throwing some jokes around, looking at some shit that we're like, damn, that'd be nice, but maybe we can't afford it right now in the future. give us, future goals, It's that bonding experience, bro. You're growing alongside another person, bro. That person didn't grow up with you your whole life. That person wasn't your brother. That person wasn't even your friend. They were a straight up stranger. But mysteriously, because of the internet, because of this platform we have, YouTube, we're both random people that just put up videos and we decided we met up one way or another. And now we can go out and shoot a video. You get what I mean? So
Low key,
that's
yeah.
that's the experience, bro. Like
Mhm.
that's what I'm seeing it as. If the video gets 50 views, guess what? I still enjoyed myself. If the video gets a million views, I still enjoyed myself, but I'm just enjoying that fact
Mhm.
after the matter. I'm enjoying that the video gets so many views after the matter that I enjoyed the day and I enjoyed going out and enjoying myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I do get a little bit of that FOMO, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna miss out. Fuck, I can't go over here, and I start even like trying to like plan, and I'm like, well, I could go, but like I'll be able to get in. I could just kind of figure it out, and then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna enjoy myself, so I'd rather not go.
Mhm.
And I have to be very choosy now of what events I am gonna go to and what events I am gonna participate in. Um, Whenever I can, I still go. I mean, like I said, yesterday I wasn't even gonna go. Showed up late, was still there for a couple hours, had a total fucking blast, dude. And again, I went thinking, man, the guys are probably gone already. It was just literally surprising to see them there. You know what I mean? And I didn't shoot any content with them yesterday. Like I literally just went and just hung out,
That's what's up.
and I enjoyed it, man. Like that was amazing. Like I fucking loved it, man.
Nah, that's definitely one thing I gotta. Like I said, I mean, yesterday I couldn't have gone unless I really didn't, unless I really sacrificed that sleep. I probably would have
Yeah.
been there like the first 3 hours that they were there because they opened what at 10. So I probably would have been
Hmm.
there 10, 11, 12. Then I would have taken off and go pick up my kids, you know?
Yep.
But either way, like I I'm available. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I'm not, because I just gotta like for sure know how am I gonna balance it. Like if I'm gonna have my kids at this time or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for sure, like if it's anything that can be planned, I can make myself open. You feel me? Like today. You know, like I don't got my kids with me. They're home already. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Like shit. If you're fucking opening up shit, bro, I'm gonna open up some shit too.
Well, remember, this is not my stuff. This is Brian's stuff. But he did tell me to open up a few of his items on stream as I get a chance, and I figure, why not right now, man? You know what I mean? Check out this picture though, bro. On the back of these mini tins, this is pretty epic,
Yeah,
man.
those things are dope. I like how they always have the artwork connected. You
Hell
just
yeah,
gotta
dude.
collect them all together. Yeah.
Dude, I collect these. I collect these little cardboard cutouts to connect the artwork inside. And how you said it even shows you in the back which slice of the picture it is.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, you do have to get all of them. Sometimes it's either 5 or 8 or 10 tins, depending on the set. I hope you get a banger, bro. All right, all right. Ooh, you got a hit. You did get a hit.
It's a hit. It's like
There we go.
halfway, almost Ricky Hernandez look right there. If I continue,
Chat, Astro or Brilliant? Which one? Astro or Brilliant? Let's see. I want to see
brilliant,
what chat's feeling. Brilliant.
brilliant. The trainer
Ooh.
galleries are dope.
All right, let's do Brilliant. Let's do Brilliant. Broly agrees with you, bro. Broly agrees. Um, Dude, the other thing I wanted to ask you about actually. Let's see. And this actually, dude, this fits perfectly. So you did mention, even though I do get, you're not gonna focus too much on the rip and ships. You have run rip and ships for the channel.
I mean, I'll still do it.
Yeah,
I'll still do it. It's not like I'm a stop. I'll still do it. I wanna. I have mentioned this already. I want to have more fun with the channel again.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like whether it's like for me, I one thing I do want to start doing more often is definitely like discussion videos. You know, But I've been having ideas where I just don't want to just do it by myself. Like I want to have like a panel of people of
Oh,
like I want to get viewers like not necessarily like just not necessarily just creators because
okay.
we easily could like put our opinion out and just record some shit. You know what I mean? Most of the
Mhm,
time, the viewers all they're able to do is either leave a comment or leave something on the chat. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Unless you really talk to them either on Discord or whatever, and you really communicate with that person. I just want like I said, like I see both. I'm open minded about like how I see the frustration. I see it. I
Mhm.
understand it. But at the same time, it's like we're not promised anything. We shouldn't feel entitled to anything either. You know what I mean? Like if we can't get it, then tough luck. Like tough shit. Like I don't know what else to say. Like
It just sucks.
try again. Try again. You know, like the amount of people that and I'm not gonna say names because I understand that these people are going through emotions of whatever it can either be more stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be Pokemon, bro. It could just be shit that they're going through in life, you know what I mean? And they're just lashing out. You know,
Yeah,
people are hearing them, so they just want to fucking just say whatever they want to say. You know, but I understand. Like I get it, but what's it called? It's just how do I explain? I wouldn't necessarily say don't give up. Just make better decisions. You know, and this is just in general. Like it doesn't because like a lot of people and a lot of people have quit, bro. I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of
I
people are
have,
not in the hobby. You
dude.
know, and most of the shit is because they went full on degen and they're not
Mhm,
able to recover. You know what I mean? Or
mhm.
they're trying to recover in certain ways where now you're trying to recover on other people's expenses. Like that's very unresponsible. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say no names. Whatever it is, what it is. I don't need a. I don't need the cloud. I don't need a. You know what I mean? I don't need none of that. But we've. I mean, I've noticed it with a lot of, especially a lot of rip and shippers. You know what I mean? It's just the expectations. People have too much expectations, and they forget to just have fun with it. You know what I mean? And even me, like I'm not gonna say like I never. It's not that I ever expected anything. I'm fucking grateful too for the people that do participate in the games or in the rippenships too.
mhm.
I'm grateful for that. But one thing why I still enjoy it is because I'm still able to open up product. You know what I mean? And still get excited about shit. You
Yeah,
know? Um, that's really one of the things that I really freaking do appreciate, bro. Because other than that, like, yeah, I can open up the stuff for myself. You know what I mean? And I can still have fun with it, but it's not gonna last long.
yeah,
You know, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just managing the shit. You know, like you necessarily don't have to open up everything or fucking like I don't know, bro. Like, there's other ways to have fun with it. You know what I mean? But
mhm.
it's trying to figure out a way, trying to find your niche or whatever it might be, bro. Like, but it just sucks to see like so many people just fall out, you know, due to whatever it might be.
Yeah,
Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be about Pokemon. It could just be personal shit, you know. Like people, like I said, people go through shit, bro. Like I said, me, I almost fucking quit, and just because I thought it was gonna be, I thought at the time it was the best idea, but
damn,
in reality, it
that was a bad idea.
and yeah, and not only that, but kind of hindered my shit too. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
the whole time, like you know that I got unmonetized, like I wasn't dropping no content. So when you're unmonetized and you're not dropping content, you're gonna start losing watch hours. So all that shit goes away. Doesn't matter if you're monetized and then you can reapply it. No, all that shit goes away. If you don't, if especially if it starts hitting that like a that 1 year mark,
Yeah,
if you don't
that's when
keep
they drop off.
producing, yeah, if you don't keep producing, shit just falls off. Like I was monetized. I did have over 4K watch hours.
Yep, I
But
remember.
now like no, I'm not even near that no more. But it's my fault. Because I just stopped producing.
I had a question.
I could have still like done because even when I did my whole religious thing, you know what I mean? Like I was doing hand cam. Like I could have continued doing stuff. Like I could, but I did pull back. I pulled back a
Yeah,
lot, bro. You know what I mean? But it's just like I don't know, dude. Like I just mm,
I got a question for the
mm,
unmonetization. When you stopped producing content, so you know how you were above 4,000 watch hours,
mm.
you were fully monetized, right? How long did it take once you dropped below that to become unmonetized? Was it instantly? Did you get a warning? Was there a time frame?
Well, I got unmonetized due to like I mean YouTube says that there was content that wasn't unique. But there was something. I don't know what it was. They wouldn't explain to me what it was. All they
Mm.
asked me is produce or show how you produce your stuff. Do you splice anything from other creators or whatever it might be? Like, what kind of content do you produce? And my appeal, I produce my own content. Like, the only thing that I don't produce is the music in the background.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, it's I was using Harris Heller or whatever. I think yeah, it's Harris Heller. But I've noticed that a lot of the stuff, like at the time that it wasn't uncopyrighted, it will still get flagged as copyrighted from
Hmm.
other creators that it wasn't even their. It's because it has similar sounds. You know what I
Ah,
mean? So a lot
ah,
of stuff that
ah.
has similar sounds, it got flagged as a copyright song. But it's funny because like it went throughout like months or whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden I was getting hit copyright.
Damn.
Like
Wait,
in
wait.
one
So,
day I got hit like 80 of my videos copyrights, and I was
all
like,
right.
"What the fuck's going on?"
So before we
But
move on from this is actually important because somebody I know, one of their videos they thought got hit by copyright. So there was this whole discussion and it involved other people, and some people were saying it doesn't really matter. I was kind of thinking it does matter. Like if one of your videos gets hit, maybe you should use the editor tool, remove the
yeah,
copyright right
do that,
away.
do
Just
that,
don't let
do
it
that.
linger. You know what I mean?
Yes, do
Like
that
you nip it
because
in the bud.
if you have a lot of them and it's accumulating, then that's when YouTube flags it, and that's when they start questioning you. Hey, what's going on? So and that's what was happening to me. It's not because if I would get
Thank
one,
you. Thank
if
you.
I would get one, YouTube wouldn't trip out. They wouldn't do nothing. And eventually, like I would see like they start stacking up, so I would go and edit it out, and everything was cool. But once I seen like, bro, like I wake up one morning and my email, YouTube copyright, YouTube, just a fucking list. I'm like, what the fuck? And bro, it literally took me like almost a whole week to unmute all that bullshit because
Damn.
with YouTube, because there was not only one audio clip that was being flagged, there was multiple clips that were being flagged in one video, so you can only go back and edit one
One at a
video at
time.
a time, and it takes
Oh
what
wait. It literally just dropped out and it
oh
reset.
we're back.
So we're
Okay,
we're good, but give me a sec. Let me just make sure we're good on the end over here. There's like a 10 to 15 second delay on the laptop. I'll see it drop out and reset. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. You're
all
good.
right,
We're
cool,
back.
cool,
We're
cool.
back to normal. Um that was odd. I really don't know what it was, but
I
it
thought
was
my phone
basically
died.
a
I was like,
reset.
ah, shit.
If you try flipping the camera on the phone, it'll drop
Mhm.
out as well. So if you like accidentally touch that button on the phone, that's what we noticed with one of the prior guests. I'm not saying that's what happened, but like a little tip on it. But I mean, go back to it. So you're saying?
Got distracted.
Okay,
That's
so
my
you
point.
said one day out of nowhere, it was like 80 that got flagged with that
Oh yeah,
copyright.
bro.
You could only go back and edit one at a time, and it takes a long time for each one. You could only edit, and you have to wait. It says you could go
Yeah,
away from this page, but it works in the background, and it takes fucking forever. I
yeah.
know
So
because
it,
I have a
it
couple videos, like in the events when
mhm,
music comes on in the background, that got flagged, and I use the editor tool to remove that shit so it doesn't become a violation
mhm.
because there's a community violation versus actual strike. You know that whole fucking
Yeah.
dance, right? Yeah.
The thing though to me is I got frustrated with YouTube because it's not the first time they did that to me. It's been actually a few times, bro.
Oh
And
shit.
and and I've appealed it. I've won a few times when they took my monetization. I've appealed it, and a few times I was able to win. But this is the third time. No, the first time they took it away, I think I responded. I didn't respond correct, or I didn't respond. I didn't give enough. I guess
Detail.
points in order to fight my case. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So of course they rejected it, and I was unmonetized for like 30 days, whatever. So after 30 days, I was able to reapply. I
what
reapplied. It
what
went
was that one
through.
for though? That
Same
first
shit.
one.
Same
Oh,
shit.
all
It's
music.
always the same thing. It's always a music. That's why
All right.
like
Wait,
now
wait.
I try to be on top of it.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
AM Pokemon, if you're in the chat, because we were having a different conversation, just try not using music. Just try not using music. It's a headache you just want to avoid
Yeah,
because
or if
yeah.
you do like there's certain there's certain like apps where you can kind of like remix stuff. If you can get
Mhm.
the beat or the song where you can add certain things, and that's basically remixing, and that's your own like
Mm, okay.
that's your like you can't go and make money off of it, but you can use it on for content creation. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Because now you're starting, you're giving it your own thing. Whether you add certain audio or whatever to it, you're starting that's where you're kind of like it's still passable. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll bring up DJ Pokey DJ. That's what he does. You know what I mean? He has certain songs that are mainstream, but he tweaks them up a little bit. So YouTube might kind of, I don't know. You can ask him. YouTube might flag it, but you can probably fight it or just or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? But I think he's pretty clear on it. Like he doesn't get no issues with those. You know, so there's certain things that you can bypass it. It's just doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just has like a playlist and he just plays it throughout his stream. That's how he does it. You know,
All right.
but
So that was the first time you got flagged. I mean, you said you appealed it, but it didn't go so well. 30 days later, you were able to reapply, right?
mhm.
So 30 days later, you reapplied. You got back into the partner program. No issues. It was just easy. Or did you have to do anything different? Any additional hoops to jump through, or not?
To reapply?
Yeah,
No, no, you just reapply to
same
the
thing.
program. Yeah, you
Okay.
just reapply. Yeah. You just
Okay.
reapply, same thing. Um, I don't know, bro. It's just stupid YouTube. But
Yeah.
I just got frustrated with them. You know what I mean? And that I was at that point, so I was, you know what, fuck this. Like I'm not fucking. That's when I started kind of like not caring about how I just say what I want to say now. You know what I mean? I don't hold back anymore. It's
I
it's
get you.
it's it's not worth it for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to have fun with it, bro.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
I
I mean?
mean, it looks like you're enjoying it. I mean, the last couple of videos, I just feel like they were kind of just like, fuck, they were good, bro. Like they just looked legit, real. It doesn't look like I don't know. It doesn't look like just someone pushing out a video. Just I'm just gonna push this out just for the algorithm for the clicks. It felt
And
like
that's you know
yeah.
what's funny? You mentioned that. That's one of the things too. Like I'm kind of like I don't really do a lot of those videos because I see so many people doing the same shit too, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck. Like okay, I could give my take on it, but what am I gonna provide that's different? and maybe I do have something to provide because most of these creators when they do release whatever they want to say, it's usually one sided on how they feel about it. And for me, what I try to do is look at it both ways. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, because in reality, bro, like it's okay. I was kind of like low key memeing some shit where I was kind of like um accepting that I'm a scalper. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you've seen a few of those videos, or
Well, I think
you've heard me mention it a few times or
I
whatever's.
love it.
And then I got the Papi Chulos fucking going crazy that they're scalpers too now. Like
Yeah, I've seen for everything. You're buying an ETB for your sealed collection. You're dirty
you're a
scalper.
scalper, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
it's like that kind of like it's funny to
yeah,
me. I think it's still funny, but it's just like I'm it was supposed to be, and it's still funny. You know what I mean? But it was
yeah.
supposed to be as a joke. Like now one thing it is like one thing I do want. I was trying what I was trying to really do was just give everybody like a point of view of okay, you're saying a person's a scalper because of this. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But what's the fucking difference when what's the difference if okay you bought it at a certain price. What's the difference that you're taking advantage of the market price at this moment? Isn't that still a scalper? Even though you're not going out there and buying all the product yourself, you're still taking advantage of the market. So there's to me, I was just explaining like there's different levels to this whole scalping shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just a loose term that just I feel like now they use it as a derogatory. Like it's just a way to
yeah.
talk shit. And in reality, like it's stupid. You know what I mean? And that's what most of these content creators. That's what they use scalper as a way to put down a person. You know what I mean? And for me, I'll be honest, I could give two fucks. Like I don't care. People could call me a scalper. People could say whatever's. I
Mhm.
know for a fact that I know what I do. I don't need to explain what I do. You know what I mean? For the ones that
Yeah,
know, they know. Like
yeah.
and that's one of the things too. I don't know if you know. That's why I call myself the friendly neighborhood scalper.
I
Support
love
your
it.
friendly neighborhood scalper.
I fucking
But
love that term,
I don't
dude.
think
I
people know
fucking love
what.
it.
I don't think people really realize what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But it's for me, it's a meme. Man,
Hmm.
I want to still do shit like that, like still fucking push it, but there's a way to do it. You know what I mean? There's a way to do it. For
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are starting to take me serious. Like, oh, this fool doesn't give a fuck. He's a fucking scalper. He doesn't give a fuck. Like a lot of people are starting to
yeah.
take me serious. You know what I mean? But I really don't care if they even do because in reality, I still sell product. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I do charge a premium to it. I'm not gonna sell it for what I get. What's the whole
Yeah.
point? If I sell it for what I get, if especially if I use PayPal, I'm getting charged fees. So what I'm gonna go out of pocket for your benefit? Like people don't see it that way. You know what I mean? People always want to
Hmm.
be like, "Oh, how come you don't charge fucking retail, bro?" I don't
So,
have a distro. If I had a
fact.
distro, I would fucking do retail all day. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? That's a whole nother level. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, I don't have that action. So whatever, I try to be fair on my prices, and usually I'm under market. Usually, it depends what I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it depends who I sell to. If I have a customer, if I have a base with somebody, I'll give them deals. But if it's some random dude on offer up trying to fucking come up, lowball me, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm not gonna give you a hookup for just one fucking product. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm be realistic. I'm just gonna be real. I'm not gonna fucking bullshit. You want the deals? Then get your ass out there and do it. Go get it. You know what I mean? Go waste
Yeah.
your gas. Go waste fucking an hour fucking waiting in line. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was trying to mention earlier. I'm fortunate to be in a few groups on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That post restocks or whatever's. And fortunately, the one that gets stocked up a lot is the one in Compton, and they do a Q system there.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm gonna do mention right now. um Just because there's a queue system and you see people in line, it doesn't mean it's. I've already been in a few restocks where the queue was done, but there was still a shitload of single packs left over. There's no ETBs. There's no mini tins. There's no booster bundles. There's maybe a few 3-pack blisters and regular blisters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, of course, what I will do is I'll get in line, get my shit, leave. I'll go to the GameStop over there. That's down the street. I'll go to the Best Buy that's down the street. I'll go to the Walmart that's down the street. If there's somewhere closer, fuck it, I'll try that one too.
Mm.
After I'm done with that, I'm gonna come back to that Target. If everybody's done skis already, there's nobody right there even trying to grab shit. I'll grab more shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll grab more shit. If I see people right there, like they're trying to grab shit, I usually ask like, "Hey, what are you trying to grab? Like, it's cool if I grab this." I just try to be polite, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not trying
Yeah.
to get in no fucking bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I don't need no drama. And like fuck all that, bro. I'm not trying to knock no motherfucker out. I'm not trying to get knocked out. Like plain
Yeah.
simple. Because that's gonna be the two shit that's gonna happen. It's either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to be in that. Like, nah. Nah. To me it's just pointless. It's not even worth it. And
Yeah.
like I try to tell everybody, it's just not worth it for me. It's just for me. But yeah.
Yeah.
To each their own. To each their own.
It's kind of cool that you brought that up though, because you do go back to that original target at the end, and sometimes people don't realize, but usually if they put a limit on you, most of the limits will say um, one item per customer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't say one item per customer per day. So if you went in the morning and you bought an item, if it doesn't say one per customer per day, it just says one per customer. You're a new customer when you go back in the afternoon. And technically
It's
speaking, you could purchase another one of those items.
it's true. I mean,
Yes.
if you want to go around it that way, it's true. Technically, it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you could just be dumb and and just put on a sweater and a fucking beanie.
Yeah. But
Hey, there's a video. I don't know who, I forgot what content creator it was, but it's funny, bro. Like I thought it was funny as fuck. So some guy, I think it was Target too. I think it was a whole queue system also, where you had to go on behind the guest services, right?
uh-huh.
He got his, and it was just one mini tin, the prismatic mini tins. It was just one per customer. He goes and he gets his fucking one per customer, right?
Yeah.
He goes to his car. He puts on his fucking what is it? Those safety vests that you see
Oh yeah.
the workers. You know what I mean?
Those bright ones.
He puts one of those on, a hard hat, and a fucking fake beard, bro. And he goes back inside. Oh, and sunglasses. And he goes back inside and he fucking gets another mini tin. He's like,
That's
"Fuck yeah,
funny.
I scored! I did it! I did it! I fooled them!" I'm like, "Bro, that's just fun. That's content right there, bro. That's just funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not only did he come up, I mean, not come up, but hey, successful. It's a success. It's
Yeah.
funny though. Like, just to think, like, imagine the person that did out on that shit thinking, like, I bet this motherfucker already came. That's just a fake beard.
Yeah.
But you can't. They can't prove it. What are they gonna
That's
do? And then
true.
you were here already.
That's true.
But
I would be like, scan my ID. It wasn't scanned earlier. I won't come back today.
it's
uh,
true, UPB. It's definitely true. It is the employ is up to the employee's discretion. It definitely is. Because I've been in certain situations where like even the employee told me, "Yeah, we don't got no limits on these." And then
ooh,
the customer right after me, they tell them, "Oh no, we got limits on these." And it's like, but
damn.
that guy just told him there's no limits. Why are you telling me? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and then the fucking employees are arguing. Well, there is no limits. Oh no, there is a limit. So it's like, fuck, I'm out of
Uh,
here.
check it out.
I got
Check
my
it
shit
out.
already. I'm gone.
This is another little known fact. And this was a bit more back when stock was more abundant.
Mm,
When they used to have EX boxes that people didn't like, some of the EX boxes, like the Mabistiff boxes, they're like 22
mhm.
bucks.
21,
Mabistiffs,
yeah,
yeah,
my
yeah.
bosses.
So if you scan them with the app, they would show up for 11.99 on Target Online. But you couldn't order it online. But if you found them in store, what you did is you grabbed the box, you went to the checkout lane, and you went, I'm price matching the app. And they would have to price match it. There was a couple of times that I did it because I would be like, okay, nobody wants these fucking boxes. I'm getting packs on the cheap, cheap. So I would do it, and every now and then I'd get one employee, oh, we can't do that, and I'm like, okay, you would just pay like normal, and then you literally just go to customer service, and when you tell them about it, they just give you a refund for the difference because it's their price match guarantee. They always price match their app. Their app
Hmm.
is their online price, and it's always
Yeah.
going to be much cheaper on stuff. But it only
Mm.
works if you could scan the UPC on the boxes. If they have that sticker over it that sometimes they put from the vendor, you can't scan the UPC because they don't want you to price match that particular Pokemon item.
Mm. That's crazy. I didn't even know like you because I never seen those prices that was that cheap on the app. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
haven't seen that. Like I get those like on Target. I'll get the notifications where like if you purchase this amount you'll get a discount whatever. That's the basically the most I'll get. But like discounts like that unless it's Black Friday, I don't get those.
you know the combined powers box.
Mhm.
It has a bunch of packs and it
All
has
the
promos.
evolutions
I price matched it with their app to like 24.99.
with the combined powers. Is that the evolutions one?
No, it's one that has the Lugia and the Ho-Oh.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know,
Did
I
I
know.
call it wrong? I might have called it.
You got it right. It's the
Okay.
one. It's like double sided, right? Like one side has the ho ho, and the other side has the other. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. So those were like 60 MSRP and
Hmm.
they would go for like 40 at a good price. But in their app, they were down to like 24.99. So that's when I was like,
Oh,
I'll get one. I think I got like two of them, bro. And I wound up opening them up.
that's
Um
that's a good price, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Um
even the Rayquaza and what was it dr- the the PS5 looking one? They had a box too.
oh, the Rayquaza with damn.
I don't
I
know.
know what you're talking Duraludon.
Duraludon, yeah.
Yeah, there we
Was
go.
it Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
This
opened
him.
that box too back in way back. Yeah, I opened that box too. I had one of those, and that one has a big Rayquaza
Hmm.
jump. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, that app, dude. Not only that, Target would price match GameStop. They would price match Amazon prices. They would price match against Best Buy, Walmart.
Hmm.
So when it was good, and we used to just be able to, hey, I'm going to the store. Oh, they have a bunch of stuff. All right, I'm gonna get something. I would just go to whatever stores are around, find which one has what I want in stock, and I would utilize every other store's price against them by using their price match. GameStop also price matched against Amazon and Target and all those because they're all competitors and they all have online stores. And if they don't make that sale to you right there in person, you walk out, you make that sale to their competitor online instantly. So they all have those programs, dude. It's it was good. It was good for the longest. Now it's a little harder, but every now and then, if one of these stores is running a particular promo and you happen to find stock at another store, don't think, oh, I'll just leave this behind and I'll go over there. See if they have their price match policy in place, price match their competitor against them, use their stock instead. You don't have to go hunt around. You could buy
Yeah,
everything there.
no, you're right. Because yeah, Target will definitely they will. That's the thing. Like it's definitely up to the employees because some of them they try to like bullshit you and like oh we don't price match
Yeah.
but it is their policy. They price match competitors. It
Mhm.
depends. Like sometimes they will do it, but I think it's supposed to be a competitor that's I think it's 50 mile. There's a certain radius that they're
Yeah.
supposed to be around. So because they can't just be like, oh, well, there's no Best Buy
Yeah.
near us. How we're competing with Best Buy? They're not our competitors.
Yeah.
So there has to be a competitor that's nearby around there
It's
in a nearby
usually
radius,
25 or 50 miles. I know what you're talking
something
about.
like that.
But
Yeah,
we're in the LA area, dude. How
yeah.
many
There's
stores is
plenty.
there
There's
nearby? Yeah.
plenty. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But they try to bullshit sometimes, like, oh no. Well,
Money.
there's some places because I think it might be like 15 miles. Sometimes they have a strict limit, and if there's no
Hmm.
fucking, but 15 miles is a distance, so it's most likely there is a competitor. But they
Hmm.
try to bullshit. They try to bullshit. Oh yeah, blah blah. I mean, if you really want to press it, you just go to the guest services and you talk to them instead. You know what I mean? But if you really, most of the time they're cool. Like the employees, I've always ran into like decent ones where like they do price match, especially like in the beginning of my journey. That's how I used to get that's how I used to get the better deals because I didn't had to keep driving around. You know, I knew what Amazon had them for. I knew what Best Buy had them for. So if I found them at Target or Walmart, like okay, here price match it, and usually they would. Nowadays, I guess it depends, you know, but usually they do. I'm not saying
Yeah,
they have to, but usually they do. But I've ran into some that they don't want to, or they just give you bullshit.
yeah. But I kind of like how you touched a little bit because this was one of the questions I did have that I wanted to ask you. I wanted you to go into what goes into exactly running the rip and ship when you do run it, because some people don't realize everything that goes on behind the scenes. So some people just think, if you're a rip and shipper, you're selling me packs and they're marked up, why am I paying for this? But you kind of already mentioned a couple of these things. You
Mhm.
mentioned, well, you could go around driving around wasting your own gas trying to see if you find stuff somewhere, and if you don't, add that to the price of your packs, right? Or you source your packs from someone who did get them. If you're running a rip and ship service and you already got the packs, you mark them up a little, but you had to initially drive around sourcing the packs. Because, like you said, without a distributor, you don't have that flow where you're just like, okay, it's Monday. I'm just picking up my order. Every Monday, I get this order. I know what I'm going to get. I can just tell everybody the previous day, this is what I have for this week. You know what I mean? When you're doing rip and ship services and you don't have a distributor, you know, what were some of the ways that you get product? The vending machines, you go to
Mhm.
stores, or like Frankinson's, right? Or like shows, like if you happen to go to like a Collecticon or Comic Con, something like that, right?
Well, one thing that I was really outsourcing was online. Um, we're just not in those times anymore. But I was outsourcing different TCG online stores. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They man, I want to say 2 years ago there were so many good ones, bro. It's just unfortunate with the way the hobby is, bro. Like, and that's the thing. Like, everything was so cheap. Everything was so cheap. You were able to get booster boxes for under $100. You're able to get fucking like just it was just even ETBs $10 under MSRP. You know what I mean? So you know if you were doing your homework back then, like actually like sourcing product from different, and this is the thing too, you do run the risk of that they don't ship. You know what I mean, or that they're not a legitimate store. So that's one of the red flag. That I mean that's one of the bad things that can happen. But
It's a risk.
if you do your research, there was a lot of good ones, bro. Unfortunately, a lot of those good ones they had to shut down because there was no sustainability. Everything was just cheap.
Man.
They were making no money off of this shit. Sometimes they were even losing money because they had a distributor. They were getting shit cheap. So okay, they're getting shit cheap. So they'll just charge a little premium to get
Mm.
some profit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But there's there's overhead, there's shipping materials, there's the website, there's the fucking transaction fees, there's process, like there's so much shit, bro. Like it just depends how you're running your whole thing, especially if you have an online store. You know what I mean? So imagine like all that shit adds up, bro. You feel me? So I like I said, unfortunately, a lot of those stores they're no longer available no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, the only ones that end up surviving were the ones that were taking advantage of the prices. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that are literally still stuck in, and the ones that, of course, they have history. You know what I mean? Those are the
Yeah.
ones that stuck around because they were able to have that money to afloat them. You know what I mean? it's just like I said, it's just unfortunate. Like even though like these other TCGs, like the other what's it called? The other stores, other online stores,
Hmm.
they could have been saved if fuck it, I guess I'll just say they could have been saved if it wasn't if they really had a really loyal customer base.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Because if they did have that, everyone just wanted shit for the cheap. Oh, they got everything cheap here. Just buy it off of it. Buy everything. Buy everything. But
Hmm.
if they really had a good loyal customer base, like a really legitimate one, they the customer wouldn't mind buying shit for MSRP. And I'm not saying everything. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
of course, not everything, especially back then, everything was just cheaper. But it would have been a smarter move for them because then they would have been still probably hopefully been around. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
compete with all these fucking online stores that are just I don't know, bro. Like a lot of them, like we we do we do see a lot of them doing good, but just for a little bit, just for a
Hmm.
little bit. You know what I
Like
mean?
little
Okay,
spikes.
we'll do the first 100 boxes for MSRP. The other 1,000 ones that we got, fuck you guys, market. In reality, like it's just like it's bullshit. Like a lot, I'm saying a lot of them. There's
Hmm.
some that are still good, like Danny Phantom. Like he's still trying to do his best to still be sustainable, and still be a MSRP. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He can't make everybody happy, but hey, he's trying. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to give. I hate. I don't want to mention names because, like I said, I don't want the clout.
Nah, go
But I
for
don't.
it.
I don't go. I'll fucking say it, bro.
Yeah, go for
Um,
it.
that whole shit with Pokey Ne, like where he's like, oh, like that's why I mentioned. I'm gonna do 100. I'm gonna do 100 boxes at MSRP, but oh my god, bro. Okay, what's 100 boxes? 100 boxes. You're gonna make 100 people fucking happy when you know you're not gonna make 100. You're gonna make a lot of motherfuckers mad. You know what I mean? You're gonna sell 100 boxes at MSRP. After my 100 boxes, I'm gonna charge market. You know what I mean? That's basically like not like even another store that I fucking shop off of. Even Safari Zone's doing the same
Yeah.
shit too. You know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to like bash on them. It's just a lot of people need to wake up and see the bullshit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's really just bullshit. Like they're still gonna take advantage of the market
Well,
regardless.
I was gonna say with Pokey, I know what I feel like. I know what he's doing with that. All right, we could say it is good that he's selling those 100 boxes at MSRP. That in itself,
Mm.
selling 100 boxes at MSRP, that's good. We're not gonna argue that that's good or bad. But how do you get one of those boxes? How do you get one of those 100
Oh
boxes?
yeah, you can only purchase it. You can only get if you're already on the email list. So
Okay.
there's already an incentive. Yeah, there's
Okay.
already an incentive. So basically, if you're already on the email list, you're not even going to qualify. So that's this is one thing that people aren't even calling out on the shit. He's very being very contradict. He's contradicting himself because what he's doing right there, he likes to call it broke boy problems or fuck boy problems. That's what he's basically doing. So that whole shit where he tries to call out people like oh that's broke boy mentality, bro. You come on, like
Mhm.
you're doing the same shit too. Don't be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Now, if he fucking hears this shit, he's not gonna like it. He doesn't like to be called a
No,
hypocrite. You know what I mean?
no,
And
he's
I
not gonna
think,
like
look,
it.
I never met the dude, but I can already tell he has a big ego. People call him out on shit, he don't like it. You know what I mean? He'll argue with people, and I see in his words what he's like. I see the strategy. I see the strategy what he's trying to do. He's trying to like create a reaction out of people. You know what I mean? But he's his word he's smart though. I'll tell you that because his wording is up to par. Like
Yep.
the motherfucker can argue.
Well,
You know what I mean?
he was in sales before. He used to sell real estate, right? Didn't he sell homes? That was one of his previous jobs.
I really don't know his story like that, but I think something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an entrepreneur. He is an
Okay.
entrepreneur. You
You
know,
know how to
he's
sell.
done different ventures.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And not just that. I mean, just before we pass this, the fact we hit it earlier. The email list. Only 100 people are going to get a box, but how many people are going to join the email list? That's how many potential new customers. This is a big ad for him.
Hmm.
He takes a
He
loss
could
on
take advantage of that.
boxes
He could
because
take
he's
advantage of
selling
that.
them at MSRP, but you could write that off as an expense because you're gathering all these new customers, and those are all in your potential customer base when you send out ads for the other product offerings. The ones who don't win a box at MSRP, oh, well, I'll keep checking back in here because this guy does stuff that's cheap. And when they see a sale, even if it's not the cheapest on the market, I remember he did something cheap. I'm just going to go ahead and buy this because I got this email to let me know
Mm.
it's in stock and everything. So it's
Yeah,
smart on his end, but we can't say that it's being holy and you're doing it just for the community. It's a business move.
it is a
It's a
business. Yeah,
fucking business
it is a
move.
business.
That's it.
Mm.
It's
But
nice. It's nice, but it's a fucking business move. And I think a lot of people are not seeing it as a business move. Dude, he's doing 100 boxes at fucking MSRP. He's the greatest guy ever. I'm not saying he's a dick. I'm not saying he's a douche, but it's a fucking business move. And it doesn't make you the greatest guy
well,
ever, but
no,
the act itself is
he's
good.
open about it. He's
Yeah.
open about it, and he's mentioned it too. Like that. That's. I mean, I'll give him that. He's not. It's not like he's doing it. Manipulate.
Hidden. Yeah.
He's not being sneaky about it. He has mentioned it too. He even said it like you need if you're gonna run a TCG store, especially online, you need a fucking email list. And that's going to be one of the best ways to tap in with your customers because when
Mm-hmm.
you got the product, you're going to be able to tell them, "Hey, I got this." Instead of posting it on things where people aren't even going to fucking see it. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
need a way to contact your customers directly. So yes, it is a business and I completely understand that. What I'm talking like I have no I don't even care about that. Like the thing is like the contradiction of you want to be calling people broke boy mentality stuff when you want to call up people about certain things, but yet I I don't know, bro. I just see the contradiction. Like, give everybody a chance. Open up that fucking email list. You know, because you know what you're doing. You're really all you're really doing is just stirring up the pot, bro. Because all you're gonna do is you're gonna make maybe 100 people happy, but you're gonna make a lot of more motherfuckers mad. And he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it because he knows that shit that would happen with the journey together. That was a flop. He knows it was a flop for him, and he admits it. But you don't think doing that is gonna get more people mad when you already know people are fucking pissed off with the whole journey together drop?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's just I don't it is what it is. I get what he's trying to do. Oh, I'm trying to fucking fight the bots. I'm trying to fight the bots. There's other ways to fight the bots. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just it is what it is. We can move on from that because it's just I feel like now I'm just complaining about him, but in reality I'm not trying to. You know what I
No,
mean?
I
It's
get
just
you. And I
it's
didn't
just
see it as complaining about him. I honestly just see it as kind of shedding a little bit of light on a situation that certain people might see in a different way. You get what I
mm,
mean? Like that's the way I see it. I don't see it like you were complaining about him. I just it's another perspective on it, you know?
mm, I
Um
appreciate that.
yeah. But nah, but yeah, but I mean, moving away from it. Um, what were we talking about right before that? Or so we were talking about what goes into running a rip and ship service without having a distributor. So how you were saying, so there's the time that goes into sourcing product because
Mhm.
you have to go location to location, find product. During times like right now, where product is not cheap and you can't get it online how you used to, it makes it harder to have like as diverse of a product offering, right? Because
It, yeah, it's right now the on I mean, if you're asking for like advice, like how to like get product, is just it's kind of like putting the work.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily have to go hunting in physical, like in the wild or anything like that. You can either not sleep all day every day and stay on those fucking bot servers, you know what I mean, and try
Yeah.
to get lucky and try to get like that. You can either do that. You can be part of groups where they give you information, you know what I mean. What's it called? You can either start joining all these discords that basically and it's all marketing, which I think that's a smarter way to do it. If especially if you're a content creator, and if you have Twitter or X, YouTube,
Mhm.
Twitch, all these platforms, start integrating all of them together. Where you're doing like if not necessarily where you have to be a customer, because that's another thing that it's already kind of annoying me about Safari Zone. Oh, you got like I've been a customer with Safari Zone, so
Mhm.
I have no issue with that. I I know I'll be okay. I'll be if they allow me. One thing, and my bad, I'm going on a tangent. One thing that they're starting to
Go
implement is
for it.
a whole whoop, the whole whoop system or WAP system, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I
What is
mean?
that? What is that?
I don't. I have no idea. I'm barely learning about this shit. I guess it's a way to combat bots. You know, well, basically, it's a way. It's like it's like it's I don't know if it's a server or I don't know what it is, but it's a way where it's basically getting Uh, it's like a bypass where so you gotta have certain criteria in order for you to bypass them in order to make a purchase on their store. So
Okay.
one of the things that they're doing is okay, you now it's gonna be a subscription based with them if you want to do that. Okay, so five
Okay.
dollars a month, whatever it is, you know. Um, what's it called?
Damn, dude.
So,
That's
there's just all these different fucking weird like implements that they're doing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
When it starts coming to like now they want to charge. You know what I mean? $5 a month for the discourse, and that's not even for the discourse server. It's just able to fucking buy stuff, and you're not even promised. You're not even guaranteed to buy shit.
Just to be a
That's just basically
customer.
another Discord server that charges fucking monthly fees for you to try to buy shit when you're not even gonna fucking buy shit. You know what I mean? What's the
Yeah.
difference? So to me, I don't like that. It is what it is. I'm gonna state my fucking point of it. But I'm gonna go back to what I was saying though. There's other content creators where I'm seeing, especially a lot of online stores, where they're implementing yeah, okay, you're able to you can buy stuff, you can buy products in the future, but follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Give us a follow on IG, give us a follow on here. And
Yeah.
I think that's more reasonable because it's free. Especially if you already have the shit, go fucking support them, bro. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You want the product that they got, give them a fucking support. That's the least you could fucking do. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? But people, give me, 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 give me. I want this. I want, give me, give me. That's all it is, bro. There's so many fucking
Yeah.
selfish mofos out there. It's just they don't see it that way. They just see it me, me, me. Bro. Like even with YouTube, all the like you don't have to look. I'm not saying people gotta smash the like button. You mofos watching right now, smash the like button on this chat on this video. But like they don't look. I never like and I see it in the chat, like, oh, smash the like. I do see it, and I'm grateful
Yeah.
for it. You know what I mean? I get what they're doing. They're getting me to like mention it so I can remind the people. I get that, but like I said about expectations, I don't expect it. I do appreciate it though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The reason why I don't expect it is because I don't want to be disappointed. I want to be like, oh yeah, yeah. Like one week I got a fucking 100 likes. This week I only got 15.
Yeah.
Like to me, fuck all that. Like I don't look at that. Like I think for a while too, bro. I'm not even gonna bullshit. Even on YouTube, like cause like a lot of people they have there's there's a amount of people viewing you, right? You have that
Yeah.
little check mark, right? For a
Yeah.
while, I even fucking took that shit off because I didn't want to know how many people are tuned in. And then when
Mhm.
I see it on the chat, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, damn, how do you guys are hanging out? Like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
It's a surprise for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like I'd rather have that reaction than be like, if I look at it, then I'm like, fuck, nobody's here. I don't want to have that shit because that's natural. You know what I mean? That is natural. It's a natural fucking feeling, but I don't want to. I don't want to have obstacles where I'm thinking about shit like that. I want to just be on and have fun and just do what the fuck I want to do on my channel. You know what I mean? Just plain and simple, bro. Plain and simple. You know.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going on a tangent right there, but
That's good, man. That's good.
yes.
That's the point of this. I mean, honestly, dude, the point of this, we're featuring you. We're showcasing Feller Chris tonight. We're getting to know what Feller Chris is like, seeing how he thinks, seeing how he feels, man. It doesn't get any better than that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
honestly, think about it this way. Just let's get real for a moment here. I can sit here and all day long yell at my viewers and say, go check this guy out, go check this person out, go check this person out, go check this person out. And most of the time, they might not go check a person out. Sometimes they might go check a person out just if it sounds a little interesting. But even then, they might just look at something for 5, 10 seconds. I
mm,
don't like this, click away and stop. But when you instead don't tell them, hey, go check this person out, you instead present the person and you show them the person and you show them what that person's about, they realize that they're already checking that person out right now. As they're watching my channel, they're already checking you out. This is like a sneak peek. This is like an intro. This is like a special, like, oh shit, we're watching a video of Feller Chris and we're enjoying it. If Feller Chris is right here kicking it with Eddie, we're not just watching Eddie's video and hanging out and he's doing his same shit as always. This Feller Chris guy, he seems kind of cool. You get me? And I
mm.
feel like that itself is the best way to tell someone, hey, go check this guy out. And more people are going to be prone to actually going over, checking out your
I
channel, seeing that. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. I mean, because you not. I mean, not only are you saying, but I mean, you're actually validated by having the guests over. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying like, "Hey, go check this person out." You know, like you're validated by having the person here too. You know what I mean? We're chopping it up, hanging out. You know, and there's no script. There's everything's just like we're just
Exactly.
us, bro. We're just
And that's
us.
why I like it. That's why I wanted it that way. No one can say, well, that person just paid Eddie to run a fucking ad. Bro, we've been talking for 2.5 hours. I think most of the
Shit.
shit, most of the shit we were talking about is literally shit that people would not want to make an ad about. You know what I mean? So,
Nah, I definitely. This is the type of stuff that I've been wanting to do too. You know what I mean? I've kind of been I because I do have a another channel, but I haven't really. I'm not doing anything with it yet. I have an idea of what I want to do with it, but it's something like this. You know what I mean? But more on a personal level.
mhm.
Like not necessarily Pokemon, not necessarily or what your hobbies are. I just wanna have discussions with people. I want to know the real them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we don't gotta talk about Pokemon. We don't gotta talk about. You know what I mean? I just want to talk. Like,
Mm,
but we could touch bases about, whatever, how we're feeling, whatever we're experiencing, and whatever the shit might be. I don't
yeah.
mind, if it slips in about Pokemon, whatever. I don't care. But I wanna just get more on a personal level with people that want to be more on a personal level with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Whether it be you or just other creators or just newer people. Like I just want to give not a platform. Like, yeah, I want people to express themselves too. You feel me? That's
Yeah.
what I was saying like earlier. Like, I kind of want to have a platform of like viewers where they want to join in and have this discussion with us too. Not necessarily just them on chat. Like, you know what? This is how I see this, or I have my point of view of this, or you know what? I don't agree with this. This is how I feel. Like, I want to hear that out too. You know what I mean? Because we all
Yeah.
have our voice, bro. And sometimes sometimes it does take hearing other people's shit or other people's point of views just to kind of like step back and be like, okay, I see where he's coming from. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because whatever we're processing it in here. You feel me? Like we're not we have different minds. Not everybody is the same. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just bouncing shit back and forth, bro. Like I want to do shit like that. That's definitely something I want to do.
That's cool, dude. That's cool as fuck. Honestly, like that type of stuff, it just it reminds me of like the type of podcast that I like to watch, on my time off when I'm doing my personal thing. You get me?
Mm.
Um, like I like watching like the podcast, like the Joe Rogan Experience,
Oh yeah,
Theo
me too.
Vaughn, especially when it's not so much when it's like a super like political or super sciencey episode.
Uh,
I like the weird shit. I like it when they're talking about
When they're
aliens
shooting the
and
shit,
ghosts,
yeah.
you know.
Mm.
Interesting shit when they got somebody and they're like, hey man, I fucking go gold panning in the river and that's how I make a living. That's interesting shit.
I
Like
like I like I mean I like a lot of the shit that a lot of the shit that be going on in, those panels, but there's definitely some interesting, a lot of interesting conversations that go on in that shit, bro.
yeah,
It definitely is. You know what I mean? That's one of the things too that I do. Like sometimes at work, because yeah, I work late nights, so the only people that are usually live is people like in Australia. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Or
yeah,
sometimes Broly, sometimes Jay. You know what I mean? Depending on how late, sometimes Stock too. Just depends what days. But usually yeah, I'll have like Joe Rogan or fucking Bill Maher or
yeah.
fucking just I'll just have some fucking podcast. I like hearing people fucking. I like hearing the point of views, bro. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I enjoy it. What up, Armangi? Welcome in, man.
Yo, yeah, but yeah, man, that's
Yup, yup.
why I kind of like that. I like that idea, and it is interesting. That's why, like, man, like I said, over
Eh,
on Son of Merc's channel Saturday, literally this past Saturday, just 2 days ago, we were gonna have a whole discussion about random things going on in the hobby or related to the hobby in some way or another.
mm,
We got sidetracked a little bit because of a whole question that I put out, and we just started talking about ghost stories. And it was like ghost stories that we had, like experiences. You know what I mean? Like
mm.
it was something completely out of left field. We never thought we would have a conversation like that. I really enjoyed it. Like I fucking loved it. Um, and we were just happy after, like after we were done with everything we were like, damn, that was cool, like that was like it was interesting, you know what
I
I
mean,
mean, it was
it's
different.
fun, bro. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, yeah, as a matter of fact, do you believe in ghosts?
Um, I believe in the possibilities.
All
I
right, we'll
mean,
take that, we'll
like
take that.
I never I don't want to say 100% sure I've experienced it. Like, but then again, I don't know, bro.
Let's
Yes,
get into it, let's get
yes,
into it.
I've like experienced like certain things, but then again, like I'm like sometimes I'm like I feel like I'm closed minded, where I'm like
Mm,
nah, and I say closed minded because I'm like nah, it was something else, or I'm just tripping, or I'm
uh,
hallucinating, or maybe I just my eyes are playing tricks on me, or something did pass, but it was something else. Like I try to justify it instead of just accepting it. Does that make
uh,
sense? So
yeah,
it's
I
like
got you.
is I try to justify like what the fuck was it? Like
So
nah, you know what I mean?
what have you experienced, or like give us a couple of examples, or do you have like a little story, like anything, man. Like let I want to hear your experiences with that, man. I got a story, man. If you're willing to sit through the story, I got a good story.
I'm listening. I'm
All
listening.
right.
I don't really have like ghost stories like that, bro. Just I just have one weird like experience, not really experience, just something that I seen, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
All right.
And it was it was supernatural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, it's a little weird, bro. It's a
Well,
little weird.
I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. It's just gonna be like a minute or two. Once I get back, I want to hear that little story. If you're down to get into that story, and then I'll give you mine. Mine's a good one, bro.
All right, man. Mine's is quick.
Mine's a good
Mine
one.
is quick.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
be back. All
handles,
right.
bro. Handles, man. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Are Maggie up in here too? What up, Double A? So you tricked me, Eddie. McCarr was going to pre-Logan, the pre-Logan Paul boom. So Macari, like, did they have legitimate shit too? I thought it was all like knockoff stuff. I thought Macari, well, not only knockoff stuff, but like stuff that that people make, right? Like it's usually like like arts and crafts and stuff like that. That's why I thought it was usually like fake fake cars that people like proxies. You know what I mean? Let's see. I've had so many odd experiences started to seem normal to me. I feel you, bro. Nothing para about it. Let's see. Someone text space to say Bloody Mary. He's got to say it in the mirror, though. He's got to say it in the mirror in total darkness, and then you turn on the light. Bro, I remember. I remember being a kid, bro, and there was this one creepy ass bathroom in school. Like it was a. I remember specifically. It was a restroom that was in a certain building, and so the it was weird, bro. So it had a weird like long hallway to walk in, and it was all that like that tile, that little tile, blue square tile restrooms, and it was like a long hallway to walk in, and then the the stalls are in the end, and then the sinks are right here, and there was a big ass fucking like not window, there was a big ass mirror, like where all the sinks are at, big ass mirror, and a lot of kids were like fuck around in there, like turn off the lights and be like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, like 3 times, whatever the fucking ritual is, right? And you'll just see them always like every time, bro. Like you couldn't use that restroom without other kids going in there and turning off the lights and just being stupid. You know what I mean? But another thing too, I remember that bathroom too, is because like I'm saying, this is like a long little hallway, and I remember that bathroom like people will like fucking Spider Man their way up, like they'll fucking and just climb all the way on top. I'm like, we're just looking, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, just weirdos. But yeah, fucking Bloody Mary.
All right. So let's hear your story, man. I want to hear it.
That's
Let's hear.
okay. Uh, it's a quick story. So I was it was me. Okay, we were having a family gathering. It was basically my dad, my stepmom's parents, and my parents, comadre and compadre. You know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, it was already kind of like around this time. It was already dark out, and they were like talking whatever's and like one of these tables, right? They
Okay.
just had it right there. They had their drinks, just chopping it up, this whatever they were discussing.
I got the
Um,
scene in my mind. It sounds
and
like a normal kind of evening in a Hispanic household.
and then so me and my brother we're in the kitchen, and the kitchen is like right next to the patio. Like you can literally hear everybody talking, right? And what's it called? We're hearing them talk, whatever, and all of a sudden, like me and my brother, like we just hear like, but like we just hear thumps. You know what I mean? Not all at the same time. We just hear like but unanimous, like in sequence. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And I look out there, and like I just see them all knocked out. Like they're all like passed out on the fucking table. Like what the fuck? Like what's
Damn.
going on? Like are they that drunk? You know what I mean? And my brother, like he looks out too, and he looks and he's like, the fuck's wrong with them? And he started like kind of freaking out. He's like, no, 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 something's weird. Like something's weird with them. Like what's wrong with them? I'm like, I don't know. Like bro, like you're seeing what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess they were having like some kind of fucking discussion or whatever. Long story short, just to explain the whole thing. My stepmom's mom, like she's like kind of spiritual. You know what I mean? She's like tapped into like shit. And when she was like trying to talk about something, I guess everybody was mocking her. It's not
Oh.
true. That's not real. Blah blah. You know what I mean? So they're like, "Oh, okay, motherfuckers, you think it's not real, right? I'll prove you." Like, I guess that gave them that I'm gonna prove you guys wrong.
Ah.
And literally, the first one to come to was her. And then little by little, you just see everybody heads going up, and then like, what the fuck just happened?
Mm.
And my dad's going, my compadre, like, fuck this, we're gone. They fucking took off. They're like, fuck this, like we're gone skis, right?
Yeah.
And at first I was thinking like you guys are faking that shit. Like what the fuck is going on, right? But no.
Yeah.
Nah. So I mean, it's not really an experience, but it's just like I was like, what the fuck? Like that's some weird shit. Like what the fuck is going on? I know what she was into. You know what I mean? But she was like tapping into like some pretty dark shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she went on that route, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I know what you mean. I
I
mean,
I I feel. I mean, the supernatural. I do feel is real. I believe in it. I
that's cool.
definitely believe in it. You know what I mean? It's not. You know whether it might be what we think it is, or it's just something completely different that we just don't comprehend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do
So
believe there's other shit out there. Yeah.
check this out, Brian.
Thank you, Maggie.
I'm a firm fucking believer, straight out. I've never had this story here on this channel. We've never really talked about spooky shit on this channel, but that other night on Merck's channel, it just again, it was my question. I didn't think they were really gonna get into it, but like it kicked off. And so I've written a book, a small book. It's a short story. It's a fiction, like a made up story. You know what I mean? But it's
Mm.
a short horror story. I wrote it with Brian, which part of Base Showcase. Brian, Eddie, Yesenia, Sandra. So me and him, before we did this channel, we got a very small, short book, horror story published on Amazon. I've always been into like scary shit. Growing up, I like scary movies and everything, right? So I've always kind of been drawn to that type of shit. So I've always been like, oh, what if these are real? What could they be? But
Mhm.
little by little, growing up, experiencing life, I've had experiences that cemented and solidified the fucking fact that yes, these things exist. And I'll tell you this story, man. There was a mimic that affected the family. And if you know anything about the supernatural, you know what a mimic is.
Oh, Maggie says you could tell by your shirt.
Yeah. Um, so I got this story, and this is one of the scariest fucking experiences I've had in my entire life.
So it's not just a story, like a short story. You actually experienced this? What are you gonna
No,
say?
well, what we published is fake. It's a short
Mhm.
story. But what I'm telling you now is an experience. You get me? But I'm just saying, like, I've always been into horror. Like,
Into that, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why I brought that up. Like I'm a fan of it. So I don't just believe in this because I've liked it, but I believe in it because of stuff that I've experienced. You get what I
Mm,
mean? So I'm gonna tell you an experience. This isn't my story. My again, the story, it's a made up story because it's part of a series. Like, and there's a whole disclaimer in the story, but this has nothing to do with the story. That was just like a side note. You know what I mean?
mm,
But so check this story out, man. The story that I have deals with a mimic that affected me, and it affected my mom at my mom's house.
shit.
Crazy. And if you're, Hispanic households, we know about different things. We know about La Llorona. We know about El Cucuy. We know about Los Duendes. You get me?
Mm,
They're different things that they're known. La Llorona is usually a spirit of a woman who died, who did something horrible to her kids before she died, and now she's wandering the earth, and she takes, kids, right? That's why they say, don't be out late at night. She's gonna come out by the river and get you.
yeah, she
Yeah.
deleted her kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So El Cucuy is basically the boogeyman. He's the monster. He's the one who waits for you in the dark. He's the thing that pulls on your legs and your feet when you're trying to go to sleep. So you got to hide under the covers. You got to make sure, and that's to prevent your kids from getting sick. That's to
You, you
prevent
know,
your kids from
you know
running
what's
away.
funny? Maybe because it's like child trauma and shit like that, but being told by the kukui. But when I remember being a kid, I don't mean to cut you off, bro.
No,
I
you're good.
remember being a kid. I had to had everything under the covers. I
Yep.
couldn't have
Yep.
like up to here. It had to be up to here, bro. I had to have
Yep.
everything covered. If I thought like if my foot or toe was sticking out, el cucuy me va a dar, like fuck that. Like hell
Yep.
no, bro.
But if you think about it, all right, these legends, they're just meant to scare your kids. Don't go out
Yeah,
at night. There's gonna be a La Llorona. She's gonna get you. El Cucuy, be under the covers, or else he's gonna get you. So you don't get sick. So you don't get kidnapped. So you don't get lost. And Los Duendes, that's one that doesn't make sense all the time. Oh, it's random gnomes that just go to your kitchen and they're gonna wash your dishes in the night while you're asleep. So that's why you hear the pots and pans moving.
Wait, I thought duendes were like mischievous, but
Yeah,
like how do I yeah, like but they clean up your shit. Fuck,
yeah.
what kind
That's
of
why. All right. So in Spanish, right? I'm gonna. This is gonna be in Spanish, everybody. Supuestamente en la noche, si escuchas que las cazuelas andan moviendo, no tienes que ir a verlos. Son los duendes y andan limpiando todo, pero es para atraerte. Y por eso dicen, oh, no vayas a investigar.
mm. It's not just your cat fucking
It could be a number of things. You get me?
I just play. Yeah,
But you
yeah,
get
yeah.
me? So
Yeah.
that's so it's not really that they're evil, but like they're trying to trick you, I guess. You get that's
Mm,
their mischievous part, right? That's why you're not supposed to go out there. You don't know what they're gonna do, or they're gonna scare you or
mm.
something. But in the morning you'll wake up and all the pots and pans will be finished because that's what they were doing. That was the noise. Again, it's
Man,
folklore.
I wished when this came to my house when we were kids, bro. I remember when I would get punished, like I was on punishment, I would have to do the dishes like every day, bro. I was like, that was our punishment. But yeah.
Yeah, but and then there was the mimics. That's
Mhm.
another one of the Hispanic folklore things. The one that calls you and it's in the voice of a loved one, but it's not them.
Bro,
I
yeah, I've
experienced.
experienced those. I've experienced those.
Okay, so you want me
So
to say mine first or yours first? Because mine is
no,
a
no, no,
long
no,
story.
I'm not gonna tell you my experience, but what I've heard about those is do not answer. Like whenever you hear your name being called, like you're not supposed to answer unless you saw the person physically call you out. So if
Mm,
you're hearing somebody call you from the distance, you're not supposed to be like, "What?" or "Gay," or you're not supposed to answer. You
mhm.
go to where they're calling, and if you see the person there physically calling you, then okay. But if it's yeah, you're not because basically you're inviting them. It's that's basically the lore of it.
All right,
But
check this out. Check this out. I want to hear one of your stories after if you're able to, but I'm gonna tell you mine, and this is one of the scariest fucking experiences I had in my life. So I was 18 or 19 years old. It no, you know what? It wasn't 18 or 19. It had to be 18 because I moved out when I was still 18. So it couldn't have been when I was 19. So I was 18 years old, but I had already graduated high school and I'm working. And I worked a few jobs that were late at night. So I would get home basically like after 1 or 2 a.m. That's when I would be getting home. At that time, my mom worked late night, overnight. She worked at a fast food joint somewhere. I forgot where, but she worked at a fast food joint overnight. And basically she was gone from like 10 to 6, maybe 9 to 7 at most, depending on her schedule or whatever. And at night she would be gone. And the only people in the house would be my two brothers and my stepdad. So just three dudes, right? So I got home from work one day. I parked my car. I see everybody's cars. I parked my car because I'd have to park behind everybody at that time. It
mm,
was just my stepdad's car, the backup car, and then my car. My mom's car wasn't there. She was at work. Normal, right? The lights to the house were off, and they would always be off if she would be at work and she wasn't coming back until daylight. But if they were on, that means she's coming back like at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. It's still dark. We need to leave the light on for her. Lights
mm,
were off. We weren't expecting her. I go inside of the house. I'm getting all my work things put away. And I'm like, all right, I need to go to the restroom, get ready for bed, right? So I go to the restroom, which happened to be kind of in a hall near the living room. So it's away from my bedroom. It's away from the other bedrooms. It's just in the hallway next near the living room, kind of near the kitchen. There's one exit for the house that's kind of near that area, but it's a big heavy door. You would hear it open and close.
mm,
So I go in through the main door, which is the normal door. I lock it behind me. I put all my stuff away. I go to that restroom. I have the door closed. All the lights everywhere are off, but I'm in the restroom with the door closed, the lights are on, and I used the restroom or whatever. I was done. I was washing my hands. So I'm washing my hands and I'm looking at the sink, and I hear my mom's voice right outside the restroom door, and she says in Spanish, "Eduardo, abre la puerta." That
So
means,
not only your
yeah,
name, but she gave you a fucking whole
yeah,
command.
yeah. Open the door, and I stopped, and for a second, I went to the door and I was gonna open it because I was done, and I stopped right by the door because it struck me as odd. Like I just instinctually, like I didn't say anything. I just and I stopped. I looked towards the bottom of the door. You could always see the lights are on in the hallway because there's always like a little gap under the door. And I'm looking and everything's dark on the other side. And that that was odd to me. Like I'm like, why is my mom standing in the dark outside? And then I thought about it and I'm like, wait, was her car here? And I was like, her car wasn't here. And I was like, the lights were off. And I was like, she's not supposed to be here. I thought it was odd as fuck. And I was like, I didn't even hear her walking. Like I didn't hear footsteps or nothing. Like, and I was like, did I hear her?
Mm.
I heard my name called out again. I'm standing in front of the fucking door and I heard my name. And it's my mom's voice. And I'm fucking standing there, just frozen, man. And I'm scared. And I'm like, I don't think that's my mom. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, I don't think that's my mom. And I spoke to it. I said in Spanish, Ama, ya saliste del trabajo? Which means, Ma, you came out of work? And I don't fucking hear nothing. Nothing. And I'm just waiting there, bro. And I'm waiting for like 3, 4 fucking minutes, bro. Fucking nothing. So now I'm tripping. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm fucking tripping. So I had my cell phone and I called my brother who was asleep in his room. I called him. I called him and
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, can you just open your door real quick? Like make sure your lights are on, but can you just open the door and tell me if mom's standing outside? And he's like, he just kind of like waking up, just like, all right, whatever. Opens his door, everything. Nah, no one's there. So when he said that, I like opened the door and I'm like, oh shit, okay. And I'm looking. I don't fucking see anything. I turn on the hallway lights, start looking outside, start looking all over the fucking house. I don't see her. So I go and check outside the main door. My car's behind, just like I said, my stepdad's car, the backup car, my car, and there's her car's not there. Lights were still off. Everything was still locked.
Damn.
So that morning, I waited, bro. I didn't go to fucking bed. She got there probably between 6:30 and 7, bro. And right when she got there, man, I made sure to see her, right? And I was like, hey, you came to the house last night? Like in the night? And she's like, no. And I was like, are you sure? I heard you call my name twice.
Mhm.
And I fucking tell her this, bro. And she's like, did you go and fucking see it? Like, but she says it in Spanish and she's freaked out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And she's like, that wasn't me. She's like, don't talk to it. If you know I'm not home, she's like, don't talk to it. And she started telling me that sometimes when I would be gone at work, that when she was like asleep or something in her room, like as she was still gonna like be asleep because she was gonna go work at night, she heard my voice calling out to her a couple of times. And it said, oh, open the door. I need to show you something. But she never like paid attention. She never responds to it because she knew it wasn't me, that I wasn't there. So that was like the craziest fucking experience that I ever had, and hearing her tell me this after that just kind of made it that much fucking scarier. Like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
Nah, I got you. I believe in it. I believe in it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, that's the order that I've heard too. Like that you're not supposed to respond. You're definitely not supposed to respond because they say like they can take you to the next thing. You know,
yeah,
you don't even know. You don't even know what's going on. It's just you fall into a trap. You know, and
yep,
like all right before because I gotta get a little bit of sleep before I go to work.
yeah,
But I wanna touch up, and this is not really like I guess it's like a conspiracy, whatever. So not really a conspiracy because they're starting to say that I don't know if you heard this, but um, have you heard this theory that AI is basically giving us the proof that we are in a simulation?
ooh. So okay, I've heard a couple people mention it, but I
Mhm.
haven't looked into it too much. But so I
Ba-
heard that AI is giving us a
Base
little bit of. Oh yeah, go for it. No, go for it.
No, my fault. Is before I forget, because basically, like, there's a theory that we are a species that we forgot we're what we really are. We're a species that because if you want, I know people are gonna like some people are gonna get like spiritual, and I don't want to touch bases on that. I want to steer away from that. But I'm just talking about theories, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's some people that like they believe that like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. So, what was I saying?
About the AI showing us that it
Yeah,
could be a simulation.
but okay.
Because yeah,
So that they're saying, I guess I still need to do research about this, but I've just seen certain clips about this being discussed. But I don't know if you heard about the red laser theory too,
what's
or
that?
the green laser theory, or some shit like that. You haven't heard nothing about it that supposedly it reveals the matrix to people?
No.
No, that there's like supposedly that they're finding code inside, like the lasers basically showing glimpses of code, and they're like, "What the fuck? Like, where is this code coming from? Like, what the fuck's going on?"
Damn.
So some people are theorizing that it's just there. Some people are getting like I don't know what the fuck that they're getting glitches or whatever. But so the whole thing about that story about the AI that's it's starting to expose that we are in a fucking simulation. Basically, like I think the whole story is basically saying that we are a species that, of course, we're very different from a lot of species are in this world. You know, like a lot of species have different varieties, whether it be flight, sea creatures, insects. There's different varieties of them.
That's true.
Even primates, dogs, cats, whatever it might be. Like whatever species there is, there's so many different varieties of them, except us. You know what I mean? Now
Oh.
you can go on and say, well, there's different races, there's different, so there is different, you know, but that's a whole nother fucking topic, and I don't want to go on that because then people
Yeah.
start, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to go on that because then that's a whole other shit. But so
Yeah. But
so
I get what you mean.
this is what I'm trying to this is
Even
what I'm
if
trying
we're
to
a different race, we're still
it's
a
we're still
human.
the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
we're
Homo
still
sapien,
we're
right?
still a certain species, right?
Yeah.
But this is not the only variety is just the way we look because of the environment that we are in, whatever the situation might be, right?
Hmm.
Um, but they're and like I said, I don't. It's not that I believe in it. I just think this is pretty cool. Like I like hearing about shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I heard it first on the Joe Rogan. I'm not sure what episode it was, but it's been already a few times where they talked about it. They've mentioned about the laser thing. It's on YouTube too. You kind of like do a little research about it, right? People talking about it.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, that bro, if we are in a simulation, I just want to say this: the way I've experienced life, it would make sense that we're in a simulation. And
Damn.
I'm just speaking from I'm just speaking from what I've experienced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It- but at the same time, this is our reality. We don't know different, so of course we're gonna perceive it. If this was a simulation, it will be a reality to us because this is all we know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if this is true, bro, then fuck. Like just imagine the possibilities that are fucking out there. If this is true, then it's just crazy, bro. It is crazy. Now I do believe in stuff like that too, in a way. I've okay. I'm open minded. I'm open to the possibilities. That's more of it. You know, like I'm not close minded and be like, nah, that's fucking horse shit. Like you're talking out of your ass. Like that's crazy talk. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like these type of topics too. You know what I mean? Just talk
Yeah.
about the crazy shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, you know how you said AI is kind of showing us a little bit of proof that we might be living in a simulation theory. I did notice in one of the episodes they talked about on the Joe Rogan podcast, they said quantum computing is also kind of showing them it could be a simulation, or it could show them that it's like the multiverse, because they said that there was some sort of equations
Mhm.
that they couldn't figure out within so much sorry about that,
Mhm.
within so much years, even with the strongest computers,
That
and
it
that
doesn't make sense.
they have a quantum computer, and that it got that equation done like within seconds or some shit. And they said the only way is if in different universes they had the same computer running the same equation, getting different answers, and they were all
Okay.
connected, and
Mhm.
that's how they tapped into the answer. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
mean, it sounds way out there, but like
it
if
sounds
you
far
can,
fetched. Yeah, it sounds far fetched, definitely. But it's a
it
possibility.
and if you can look at a YouTube video, it shows a microchip zoomed in all the way, and when you zoom in farther and farther and farther, it looks kind of like little cities and
Mm.
everything. And you just zoom in, and you get more detail and more detail, and they go down to super small sizes, but yet you're seeing so much detail and everything. It's just kind of wild to think somehow we developed the technology to make something that fine, that small.
Not, but think about it, how vast that like just in theory of like the memory and shit that you can program in just that little thing. You know what I mean? Nowadays you can have like a terabyte in a fucking thumb drive, bro. Like you know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like it could be that fucking small, and you have that much information in something that tiny.
Yep.
Like if you were to apply that in life, like how much information and how vast it is, bro. The the of course this universe is fucking. There's so much possibilities that can happen out there. Like I believe like and multiverses and all that stuff. I mean, I feel like that's also a possibility. Who the fuck knows, bro?
I think it's possible.
Like the way I see. Okay, I'm a picture. I'm gonna put a picture in your brain. Um, you watched the Men in Black, right? The first one.
Yeah.
All right, you know that ending where they fucking pick up the marbles and they're playing
Yes.
marbles with the planets.
Yes. And it was just an
Like,
alien playing marbles with the planets, and it was like
just,
they were bigger than the galaxy, right?
just imagine if each galaxy was something. I'm not saying that we're fucking in the marble, but what I'm trying to say is like that. My theory is that there's so much bubbles out there, but
Mm.
that's just we're just one bubble. There's like infinite bubbles.
Well,
So there's gonna be all these different worlds that we can't even tap into, and we'll never even know what the fuck they are unless it's AI generated and getting all that information. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
It's just because we can't reach that like. I mean, we could make the equations and we could do all that shit. I can't do that shit, but there's people that can, right? That they're mathematicians. But it's so, and that's why they come up with certain fucking equations where there's like infinite fucking where it's just infinite because they can't, you can't comprehend that shit, bro. It's just
Yeah.
forever. In reality, it's just forever. What the fuck does forever mean? What is infinite? What does that mean? You know what I mean? Does that mean it
Yeah.
just never ends? Because that, in reality, that's what the definition is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's the point, like fuck, imagine if like if you were just to apply that with everything, how much possibilities they are out there. You know what I mean? That's just the way I see shit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're just, and it's gonna touch a lot of hearts right here. Probably break a lot of fucking hearts. We're not. I don't feel like we're unique. You know what I mean? We're probably unique in our own way, but there might be other things like us too, or just the complete opposite. Who the fuck knows? But
Yeah.
I do believe the possibilities of it.
Well,
This is
hear
no
this.
tangent. Paper.
Hear this out. I heard this in a video literally like a day or two ago. We're always out there searching for other intelligent life. Some people think there's no intelligent life. We're the only intelligent life out there in the entire universe, right? Just think about this. Is a dog intelligent life? Because that's a different life form. Is a cat intelligent life? That's a different life form. How many forms of intelligent life is there right here on Earth? They're
Yeah,
not
I'm
infinite.
about. I'm laughing because of AMPMs. Like Horton hears a who? Yeah, like kind of like that. It's
Mhm.
similar like that because you're only at like that spec. That's their world. That's what they know. But fuck, there might be shit out there just more fucking vast. You know what I mean? That we just can't fucking comprehend. You know what I mean? Well, my bad, bro. But
No, no, you're good. But I mean, going back to it though. So if we think now, there's no shot there's anything out there that's intelligent. There's no other life forms right here in our own backyard, in the ocean, in the air, on the earth. Intelligent life forms, vast
mhm.
amounts, different types. One planet in one little solar system, right here in this galaxy. The fact that on this planet there is so many different types of intelligent life, that just tells you that there is such a big chance that out there somewhere there's at least one form of intelligent life, and all it takes is one form of intelligent life to rule an entire planet and use its sources completely to do, and time, they could be more intelligent than us and we meet them down the road. Like it's just time that it takes. But
Mm.
the whole fact that here on earth we have more than hundreds, more than thousands of different intelligent forms of life, that means that the chances of it being out there somewhere in the universe, that like you said, it's infinity, it just keeps going forever. And I'm going to touch back on another point of yours. You brought up the bubbles. All right, you're one person living in a city, that's a bubble. Living
Mhm.
in a county, that's a bubble. Living in a state, that's a bubble. Living in a country, living in a continent, living in the world, living in the solar system,
Yeah, bro.
living in the galaxy, living in the universe, living in what else? I don't know how much it goes beyond that. That's how many bubbles little we are. You
Mm.
get me? And if it just keeps going more and more and more, the bubble is self-contained in something. Something is controlling the bubble, or the bubble is the intelligent form of life itself. What if we are so small to this intelligent life form that's known as the big bubble, and all we are is one cell of their life? Because cells in our body are alive, and
Yeah,
cells have inner workings.
yeah. And that, yeah, you're right because it's kind of like the same thing too. We're a whole universe for the organisms that live in us too. You know what I mean? They have no thought of what the fuck is outside of us. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's a good theory, bro. That's kind of like I've heard of this theory before, like we're basic, and this is where they kind of get a little bit religious on it, where they say that we are God because literally we are part of God. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you know, it's just these theories are definitely interesting, bro. I definitely, yeah, I definitely like them. Something to think about.
Yeah, it's definitely something nice to think about. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I think about that, and it shows you how infinitely small you are, it's
I
kind of
think about
freaky,
that
bro.
while consuming. I like
Yeah,
because then my mind starts wandering about shit, bro. Like
yeah,
I think that these are stoner thoughts, bro. Like and this look, and I know some people are like, oh, weed is a drug. You shouldn't be intoxicated. I get that, you know what I mean? But to be honest, like I use it in a way where, bro, one thing, I'm not a lazy stoner. I I I am a fucking like, and I know a lot of people say this shit. Oh, I'm a productive stoner, blah blah. Like I could do shit. I really am. If I'm cleaning, if I'm fucking doing something,
yeah,
90% of the time, I'm probably gonna smoke before whatever the fuck I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Not only because it motivates me, it relaxes me, and, and when it's about discussions, bro, like it not that it opens my mind, but how do I explain? I think it creates thoughts where you're like starting to think about shit and you're starting to process shit. Some people like different people portray it differently. Some people get paranoid. You know what I mean? Some people get
yeah,
they overanalyze shit. But once you learn to control all that, then you start venturing into other things. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, like shit. I think even the first time when I got stoned, I was paranoid.
same.
Not when I smoked. When I fuck, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. When I smoked, I got high. I'm like, this is a good fucking feeling. I feel relaxed. It's cool, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie. When I was like, fuck, they know I'm high. Like fuck, they know. Fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble. Fuck, they know. Like I'm starting like that's the panic thoughts. You know what I mean? Because you start over analyzing everything. Where you're thinking too much. You're thinking way too much.
yeah.
Get motivated, exactly. Motivation.
I like how Get You said it.
In
Yeah,
other words, you're dependent on it to get you going. You see, some people take it that way too, but not necessarily because there's times where I don't need to smoke. You know what I mean? Especially like if I'm at a family function, if I'm doing something like look at right now. This whole time, I probably took one bleaker out of this whole time. Like I don't need to constantly fucking smoke. I do it as look, and I know it's gonna sound weird to say, it's a luxury for me. Plain and simple. I don't have to smoke, but I choose to. Um, I've definitely quit multiple times. I've let it
mm,
go. I've gone times where I don't smoke. You know what I mean? Now, am I gonna say, do I crave it? Yeah, even times that I stop. Like there's times like fuck, I just want to smoke and just you know what I mean. But
yeah,
I'll make the decision where like nah, I don't need it. You know. But that's my preference. But right now, I'm enjoying it. Straight up. Right now, I'm enjoying it.
yeah,
Prove me wrong. Stop for a week. Oh, how am I gonna prove you wrong? I could just say I stopped for a week.
yeah,
I could just fucking lie, bro. There's no proving that. But
yeah,
nah, trust. There's been multiple times that I fucking stopped, bro. There's been Coca Cola left a little. I'm the same with
yeah,
Coca Cola. He means Coca Cola
yeah.
though.
But
Nah,
I mean, think about it. Just because that was kind of brought up in the chat, some people do see it as, oh,
you could
it's
tell.
they see it as, oh, it's bad if you need it to get through your day. But let me just play devil's advocate
Nah,
here.
it's a
Let me play
medicine.
devil's advocate. Hey,
Because
that's where I was
what
going,
about people that need a fucking Tylenol to go through their day because of their pain?
and
The
that's
fuck? I
uh,
choose not to take the Tylenol. I choose to medicate. That's just my preference. But my bad, bro. I
No,
didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, but that was the point. I was gonna bring up, if you're in extreme pain throughout the day, this helps numb the pain. The alternative is be on painkillers throughout the day. No, I don't know. I don't like pills. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
I prefer this over pills. Um,
No, but
pill,
it's true
pill.
though.
Yeah.
Look. I don't use it for pain. I'm gonna be honest. I don't use. If I'm in pain, this is what I use. This is what I use.
Ooh.
Coconut bomb with THC. I'll use that for pain, and it fucking works miracles. I'll stand behind it. Literally fucking works miracles. Everybody that I've like lent some or teach them how to apply it, bro. Whether it's aches, muscle aches, fucking arthritis, like that shit fucking works, bro. It's a
Mhm.
medicine. You know what I mean? But I like some people, yeah, they'll take an aspirin. Some people will take medicine. Not everybody's body reacts to certain shit. You know what I mean? Not everybody's the same. For me, like I said, I'm not saying you're poisoning yourself or mangy. All right, don't take it the wrong way. But I just choose not to take those type of medications. You know what I mean?
I've just
Now,
noticed.
now, am I like always coughing up my lungs? Am I sick? Am I going through inflammation because of this? I don't smoke like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do consume it, but I don't know, bro. It's just it's a luxury. And it's simple. It's not that I need it. I want it. If I didn't want it, I wouldn't smoke it. Plain like you know what I mean? I just don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, but
No, it's just people are gonna have the different they're gonna have the different point of view.
this is my thing with the pills. I feel like when you start taking the pills, you eventually have to take other pills for things that become issues because you started taking pills. You get what I mean? I feel like that's one of the
There's
ways
side
that
effects.
kind of wrap you in that cycle.
This
And
has
then
side effects too.
it does, it does. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. I'm not
Sleepy.
gonna, yeah.
Some people get lazy. Not me. Not me.
Yeah, it does hit different people differently. And honestly, I mean, if you're an avid smoker, daily user, it is much different than the average person who might just consume on the weekend on rare occasions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It is a world of difference. But if you're using
But
it therapeutically, like for pain, there's some people that use it for anxiety. You could be using that in low dosage, microdosing throughout the day, or you
thanks.
could be on anxiety medication, or you could be like using it to help treat depression and PTSD. There's so many different side effects you can utilize it for. There's different strains that have different ingredients, different active cannabinoids or
Hey,
cannabinoids. There we go.
my bad. X.
Um,
Alcohol's a drug too. I mean, sex is a drug too, but alcohol is also a drug.
yeah.
Nah, but my bad, my bad, my bad.
But I mean, like you can have certain strains that are literally for certain things. You know
Mhm,
what I mean?
mhm.
Instead of
They're
instead
they're
of having
they're
to have
engineered that way. Yeah,
yeah, instead of having to have pain pills and anxiety pills and depression pills and pills for a PTSD attack, you could have
yeah.
a couple different strains and they help combat those different aspects. And I honestly would rather have that than a bunch of pills that down the road you're taking five, six, seven other pills because now you got all these issues that those pills are known to cause that you're kind of like, all right, I'm going to develop these. It's all part of the plan. It's this regimen that they put you on. You know what I mean?
Hmm. No, I get you. It's just like I said, like you could medication, but medication is I mean, yeah, medication could work wonders, but I guess depending on the people, like or the person, it can also have downfalls. You know, it's just. Now, I'm not saying every medicine like that. Like fucking Tylenol. Tylenol, it can be safe, but if you take too much of it, it will fuck you up too. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just you know. I
Or
just
if you
take the
take
blue pills
it
for the ladies.
or like with regular aspirin, right? Or regular like Tylenol, Advil, if you take it with other certain things, it could cause liver damage. So you also have to watch what else you have throughout your day. This is an alternative to where you can utilize the blinkies throughout the day and not have to worry about, oh, now I can't eat this or have this other thing because it's going to damage my liver. You know what I mean? Like there's also that to consider. So that's one of the things that food for thought, I guess, would be what I would say for people.
No, but one thing I will admit is I definitely noticed this. I try not to smoke too much when I'm having discussions
Mhm.
because my mind wanders a lot. Like especially that's what I was saying earlier about when I start talking about conspiracies. That's when I like to smoke more because my mind starts wandering about more shit. But the downfall about that is I start going on like I'm not in just in one place. I'm like here and I'm trying to start another fucking story and then I'm just bouncing back and forth about and my mind just processing too much shit at the same time. And something that I don't that's why I don't really like to smoke when I'm having discussions, but I will just like modern like I'm not gonna get fucking stoned. I'm not gonna get baked,
Yeah,
but I will consume, you know what I mean?
yeah. But it's kind of cool, man. I was gonna. This is kind of tied to this, just in a small way. But being a member of the Grass Energy Gang, right? You've talked to other people, other people that are fans, that are content creators, other people that are tied to the hobby in one way or another. Are you surprised sometimes at the amount of people that are pro Grass Energy Gang? Because honestly, for me, dude, it was kind of surprising realizing that at first. It
What do you
really
mean?
was. I didn't think there'd be as many people that are like pro Grass Energy that are tied to
Uh,
the hobby. Like
there's
when
so
I first
many.
started getting into it.
There's so many, bro. There's so many low key ones too. Now, maybe they don't do it or mention it or say it publicly, but
Mhm.
there's some low key ones. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna put them on blast either. You know what I mean? But there's been a few. There's definitely been a few content creators that I've had the privilege of partaking in a few sessions. You know what I mean? You, for example, get you. You know what I mean? Fucking Frank. PG Bob
Yeah.
Gabe too, PG Boys. But there's other
Hell yeah.
ones too that we haven't put on blast yet, so I'm not gonna mention. You know what I mean? Just because I know like they don't portray themselves like that. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, yes they do. You know, well there's a lot of them like, and there's no shade to them.
Yeah.
They're just being professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? The herb brings people together, bro. Only people that like it. Only people that like it.
It does. It does. Honestly, like I kind of agree with you. It is sort of a little bonding experience. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're hanging out with somebody and you're just going out and you're hanging out with drinks, just a different form of that. Same type of setting, really relaxed, chill environment. Everyone just hanging out.
Healing in hell.
I saw that. Project
His
X is
blood
like,
smoking his face.
yeah. He's like, I tried, but I didn't do it all the way, so it didn't count.
He's like this. I didn't help. I didn't help. No
Starts ghosting it.
shit.
Yeah. Imagine that's how I didn't inhale. See, if it's ghosted, nothing came out. Prove I prove I inhaled.
No, but one thing too, like I've thought about it a few times too. Like, fuck, like I just want to fucking rip a ball, like especially when I'm like streaming, like online, like, and I'm
Yeah.
been in there for like a few hours. Like, fuck, I just want to take a ball rip or whatever, or I just want to smoke a joint. And I thought about it a few times, but like, fuck, should I just fucking spark one and be like, fuck it, you know what I mean?
Fuck it.
But at the same time, like, I'm not saying like I'm trying to portray an image, but I think there's like a time and place for it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a consume, but it's probably gonna be like a late night. I don't think I would ever do it like on a long day stream. You know what I mean? But if it's a late night, I'll fucking roll my joint, or I'll probably roll a blunt just so it could be less and skip. Like, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Wait. But when it's late night here, it's early in the UK. We got to think it's global, bro. It's worldwide. Because I got
That's
people that
true, but
watch me from the
I
UK,
don't. That's
Australia,
true. That's
Japan,
true.
Canada.
That's
It's true,
true. I
bro.
don't think about it
Straight
that
up.
way though. I
My
don't think about it that
metrics,
way.
only 46% of my viewers are from the US in my metrics. Over half
Mm.
of my viewers are outside of the US. I think that's pretty freaking wild, bro. Like, so I always think whatever I run right now, it's morning somewhere else. As long as you label everything okay on the back end, though, children won't see it, and you'll be fine, and you won't violate any community violations. So you could smoke,
Actually, no. You could no, Armangi.
yeah.
There's a few people that actually do like. There's ways to do it. There's ways to do it. You could definitely consume marijuana while you're fucking live or while you like content. And I've seen people that they do it, and
Wait,
I've
wait, Armangi. So you said you cannot do it while you're live?
nah,
I
but
mean,
what's it called? You could definitely do it. They're just you could definitely do it. I think because I've seen people smoke joints. You know what I mean? I've watched this like even certain podcasts, like not YouTube podcasts, but other podcasts where bro they're fucking chiefing it. You know what I mean? They got a bong right there. They got their fucking joints rolled. They got their jars right there. You know what I mean? Um, I think there's just I guess a certain I don't know, bro. I guess there's a certain way of doing it. But
yeah,
I did consider that it's something that I kind of did think about doing from like when I started doing the content. I was thinking of having like a stoner based kind of content material, but
dude,
I didn't
do it.
want to just tap in. I just didn't want to tap in into like just one thing. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep myself open to different shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's kind of like that's kind of like something that I'm keeping myself open for. Like I want to be open to do different shit. You know what I mean? Whether it be collabs, whether it be fucking skits, whatever the fuck it might be. You know what I mean? It's just I gotta just fucking get my ass up and fucking do it. Plain and
yeah.
simple. Just fucking do it.
And
That one that I was telling you about. I'm gonna try not to forget, but I definitely gotta DM you when we do end. I gotta DM you, get you, and who knows? Maybe the other West Coasters. You know what I mean? I definitely I want to put as many as, people we can, but we gotta unite and go to Frankincense to do this collab though. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that we gotta do. If we're gonna do this collab that I want to do. One thing you gotta do is bring as many applins, flapples, or appletons as many as you can. All right, and we gotta bring them to Frankincense. All right. Oh yeah,
I have an
you gotta bring
idea.
them to Frankincense.
I have an idea for what,
All the apples. All the
uh,
apples.
dude.
But
That's
yeah, if
fun.
you know, you know. I'm kind of hinting to something. You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially it would be on the weekend, right?
Um, yeah, I believe. I mean, Frankincense is only open 3 days a week: Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So
But
yeah.
certain people only go on the weekend, and if we're taking all those cards that you just mentioned, the
Mm,
talking about
I
is only
think
there on the
so. I
weekend.
think so. I
He's
think so.
not there
Yeah.
on Wednesdays.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's why
But then
I'm thinking
again,
ahead.
no,
I'm like, all
I've
right,
seen him there on Wednesdays too. Unless I'm mistaken. I think I've seen him there on Wednesdays because there's times that I've gone. No, you know what? No, it's mostly yeah, because Wednesdays is more like during the evening. No, so
hmm
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm just mixing up my days.
yeah. But I mean, talking about frankincense as well, you are proof. You're living evidence of this. Because whenever I go, if I remember and I'm able to, I'll get a couple of shots, photos of what's
Mm,
in stock, what the prices are. And I remember you commented on one of them recently because the prices are just nuts. And
mm.
through that one vendor, the one that has them like really cheap, the one with all the sports card stuff and stuff.
The
You
older
can,
guy, the
yeah,
older gentleman. Yeah.
mhm. You can attest to this. When it was good, like when it was good and stuff was just around, people
Hmm.
didn't care. Is it true or not? He had booster boxes under $100 even.
All day, all
All day,
day.
every day. You didn't have to
Yeah,
be in the
he had,
club. You
bro.
didn't have to
He,
join shit. You
I
just
fucked
walked in.
up. I fucked up. He had Obsidian Flames ETBs for the longest for 25, $30,
30
35.
bucks.
Like he had them cheap for the fucking longest, and nobody was buying them. Nobody was buying those ETBs. I
Nobody.
don't know what happened with Obsidian Flames. Like I didn't expect Obsidian Flames to be one of the sets to blow up. Like I didn't think that, but I understand, there's not always gonna be that Charizard hype. I get it, you know what I mean? And then what is it? The there's a few art rares too, and the playability of the cards too. I think the PGR or the Pidgeotto that definitely was
Yeah.
playable. So I get it, and there's certain artworks that are pretty dope, but as in like for the SIRs, no, nobody likes those SIRs. It's that the ARs are basically carrying that set. All the ARs are carrying that set. You know what I mean? Um, but it's a surprise because I think everybody was hitting more on Obsidian Flames than they were on Shrouded,
Yeah,
and
they were.
it looks like Obsidian Flames blew up more than Shrouded. So it's like it
It
doesn't
did.
make sense to me, bro. That
Mm-mm.
doesn't make sense. Like, because if people want to say, "Oh, it's Charmander, the Charmander promo," then why wasn't it blowing up from the beginning?
Right?
That Charmander promo's been there since this whole time. You know what I
Dude.
mean? Like, why were people scooping it up if it really was because of the promo? Like, it's not. It's all this shit's manipulation, bro. You know what I mean? Whether we like it or not, all of it is fucking manipulation.
Yep.
But we're just dealing with it right now. That's the only
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
definitely plentiful. Definitely plentiful.
I definitely wanted you to touch on that because I've told people before, like, yeah, I could get booster boxes for like 90, 95 bucks. Like, I don't have to wait in a line. I just literally go
Mhm.
any day of the week, walk
The
up to
only
the
one,
guy, go, here you go, and I get them.
yeah, the only ones that were above 100, and it wasn't even bad because I think even Lost Origin at this time, like, okay, at beginning of the year, maybe even December, you're still able to get like see Lost Origin for like close to retail. Now it's like what, over like 250 a booster
Mm-hmm.
box.
Mm-hmm.
Like so much like, but even before that, bro, like Lost Origin, you were able to find that shit for like 110. I think that's the lowest that I've ever seen. 110,
Yeah.
$100 maybe. It just
Yeah.
depends on how you shop. But yeah, those older gentlemen right there on that booth, and Jay's booth,
Yep.
those are one of the two. There's another one. But those are one of the best prices where you're gonna find like more friendlier prices. Those are
Mm-hmm.
those are gonna be your vendors. There's another dude too, but he's very hidden, and he rarely sells Pokemon. He sells more like all other different shit, like from movie, like horror, like old school horror movie cards, like all kinds of stuff he has. You know what I mean? Like Power Rangers, like a lot of
Mark?
shit. Hold
Mark?
on. I don't know his name, to be honest with you. Give me a sec. Give me a quick sec. I forgot his name, bro. He gave me his card and everything because, well, the reason why I mentioned him is because when the whole hype was going on with Surgeon Sparks, every vendor was selling that shit for like $200, right? The booster
Yeah.
boxes, 200, 200. Everybody. I'm walking around, and I see this guy. Like I walk into, he's not advertising nothing Pokemon. I just
Yeah.
happen to just walk inside his booth, and he has like it's like you gotta really walk inside to see what he has in his thing. Like everything's like literally like there's so much product on this wall, so much product on that wall, and
Yeah,
it's like just like just random shit, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Power Rangers, like just all kinds of shit. You know what I
that's
mean?
Mark. That's the
That's
homie. I
okay.
know who
That's
it
probably
is.
him. Okay,
That's the
bro.
homie.
At that time when it was going crazy, that fool gave me a great fucking deal, bro. Everybody was selling booster boxes for like 200. He sold them to me for under market. I mean, under retail. I think he sold. I got him for like 130 when that shit was going crazy. And he told me the price. I'm like, fuck, should I scoop them all up? I'm thinking like, yeah, I might as well. So I'm like, okay, let me get your boxes, right? And he knew what I was doing because he even told me make your money, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, you know what? I told him, bro, thank you for the deal, man, because like you see the ridiculous prices. I greatly appreciate this. You know what I mean? And I started talking to him. I'm like, bro, like if you ever, if you ever have a future product, I'm willing, I'm willing to buy it off of you. You know what I mean? If you got good prices, by all means, I'll fucking drop the cash on you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
with Frank and Sons, like I've been trying to make like connections to try to get like not distro deals, but eh, oh, it happened again.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
they able to kind of get like better deals, you know what I mean, or better action, or even if I had to put in a pre-order, whatever's right. I was trying to make those connections, which I should just keep fucking pushing that shit, bro. I don't know why I'm fucking lagging it. But even Nick, that dude, that Jay Corners, that he fucking has his booth with.
yeah.
Nick is cool as fuck too, bro. Like when I was mentioning that whole thing with the journey together, he was the one that I was gonna try to get in with.
Okay.
But when shit like when when they got the numbers back, it was just ridiculous. There was no way that they weren't getting shit. How am I gonna get anything? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just that's how I was starting to figure out like fuck, like we are fucked. And I was trying to be I was really trying to be optimistic, and I was kept telling people, "Nah, don't worry, there's gonna be plenty, cause there is plenty. There's plentiful of Journey Together. It's just these fucking distros. They're fucked, bro. Like it's manipulation. That's really what it is. When it comes down to it, all this shit's being manipulated like a mofo. There's
Dude.
plenty of fucking Journey Together out there. Plenty. We see it. People
Yeah.
have it. You know what I mean? It's just certain people do because they got the money. That's the thing. Money
Yeah.
talks. Money talks. It is what it is. But um, there's definitely plenty, bro. And especially with these waves coming in, we're definitely gonna like it's out there. People are eating. You know what I mean?
I've seen
It's
pictures.
just,
Yeah.
it's just not gonna be everybody. That's just the reality of it. It's not gonna be everybody. Everybody's not gonna eat because everybody wants this shit too.
Yeah.
That's the sad part of it. But yeah, that was the person I was trying to with Nick with that dude.
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck too though. But the other guy you said Mark, I really I mean I have his number. And like I said, we've spoken, but we've only spoken like maybe 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I've liked getting the Power Rangers packs off him. Actually, I'm gonna show you something. I actually have something pretty amazing, and I got the pack that I pulled the card from out of his
Mhm.
booth. So I have a one of one PSA slab for one of the Power Ranger cards, and it's one of the top chases. It's the Red Ranger, and it's the gold bio stamped card. And I'm actually gonna give this card away on the channel once we hit 1,000 subs, because that's when we'll be able to hit the ad revenue finally. We got the watch hours already for it. We're over the 4,000 mark, but we're not at 1,000 subs yet. We still need 120 something. But check this out. And this was from a loose pack that he had hanging.
Nice,
He got a PSA 7. It's the only PSA 7 in the world.
nice.
And there's only three of this particular card graded. One is an 8 and one is a 9. So even though it's the 7, it is the lowest graded one in the world, but there's only 3 in the world, and this is over 30 years old. It's from the
Nice.
TCG set that came out in 1994. An extremely hard card to get. extremely hard to grade. So this is gonna be given away.
Nice, nice.
Big shout out
Good
to
luck.
Mark.
Good luck, everybody that gets in it. But yeah, bro, it's definitely fucking fun hanging out, doing this fucking shit with you, bro. Definitely, I definitely want to do more in the future with you, just so we could just chop it up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't want to cut. I don't mean to cut it short now. I mean, cut
Oh
it short. Shit, we've been on for like almost 3 hours.
yeah, I think we're over
um,
three. Wait, we're over 3.5 hours, bro. We're literally about to hit 3 hours and 40 minutes right now, bro.
nice. All right. I mean, time
Yeah.
went pretty quick, bro. But like I said, I gotta get my ass to fucking bed. I gotta take at least a little nap before I go to work. I got
Yeah.
work in 2 hours, bro.
2 hours. All
Yeah.
right. Well, definitely let you at least rest for a good 90 minutes or so. A little power nap. Get a good dream in before you head out, man.
No, but appreciate you, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me once again. You know what I mean? It was fun. Shit, time went by quick, bro. Like I didn't think we were gonna last this long, but definitely looking forward for the next one, dude. On the real,
Yeah. Yeah,
for
for
real
sure.
though.
I am gonna run a part 2. So this is part 1 to the series. There's only 16 people that were picked. You were one
Hmm.
of the first 16 that I picked. I do
Right.
know a lot of people in the hobby. I had other people in mind, but I'm planning to do a part 2, part 3. Those series are gonna be a little bit different. We're still gonna have it in the same format, but they'll just be different topics. Maybe it'll be more of the weird topics, like when we started talking about the multiverse, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe
Yeah,
it'll
bro.
be a
Like I
little
said,
less
it-
hobby related.
for me, look, bro. I'm just down to just jump on and just fucking talk, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
care what topic it is.
Mhm.
Um, we, bro, we go off a subject anyways. So, it, like I said, nothing needs to be the script. Nothing needs to be scripted.
Mhm.
Just want to just have a natural conversation with you, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, definitely. But definitely let me know if you ever have anything going on in your channel. I'll hop on. We'll do a little something over there, especially like you mentioned the second channel.
I'm definitely down. Yeah.
I'm down with one of those types of conversations, man. I like diving into that stuff, all that weird stuff that really makes you think, and it's like, could it be possible? Could it not? Like,
You
what
you
if?
know
You
what
know?
that other channel's called?
What is it called?
The Session. The Session.
Ah!
Yes, sir.
That's what's
And,
up.
and
That's what's
it,
up.
it basically it's called the Session, and it's just a little logo, Grass Energy logo. You know what I mean? Kind of like my Magmar logo, but without the Magmar, it's just a little Grass Energy.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, the Session. That we don't
Uh,
necessarily have to partake. Not everybody has to partake. You know, not everybody's a fucking stoner.
yeah.
But I just want to keep it as that because um this is a session, you know what I mean? We're just gonna
Yeah.
have a session, bro. That's basically it. You know,
That's
it's
what.
nothing. Yeah, just
Yeah.
hang out.
When you send me that DM later on, you know how we can go over a little bit on the details for that collab you want to run, maybe.
Mm.
Also include a link to that channel, dude, so I could subscribe, so I could check it out. That way, as you do start putting stuff up right there on the session, I can go check it out too, dude. Because
Oh, for
I'd
sure.
love to see, what guests you have on, what topics you dive into, man. That shit's interesting as hell,
Hey,
dude.
dude, don't
Yeah.
like it. You already sub to that channel. What do you mean it's hard impossible to find?
Freaking goofy.
Nah,
All
she's already
right.
subbed to that channel. Stop, tell her to stop faking the funk.
All right. Well, this is gonna be it then. This is gonna be the end of stream today. We're not gonna look for a raid or anything right now. We're just gonna go ahead and end it real classy. The way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna go ahead and take one more
Shoot,
blinky, one more
if
blinky.
any,
Right.
shoot, if anything, who is live? We could we
Well,
could we could
I
drop
don't know. I just didn't know if like, well,
we could
to
drop a
not
link.
hold you up.
Nah,
Katie,
we could drop a link.
Katie, can you check who's live, please, to see if we could raid one of our friends?
Let's see.
I'm gonna take the blinky though. That way, I
Handles.
take it.
Handles, bro. It looks like Jay's live right now too. Pokey Bros trading, shiny pieces of cardboard and things. Fierce fire.
If Jay's live, it's got to be Jay, bro. He hooked it up.
All right, Let me get the link.
There we go. There we go. Let's see. All
I think I'm gonna post the link right now.
right, for sure. And you know what? Let me see. Let me see one thing on my end. You know what? I might be able to set up the redirect because the stream's still live. Let
Damn,
me
there it is.
let me check on Studio since I
Who
have the
let Bella decide? I'm a mod too. What you mean? You can't over mod me.
Hey, a mod and the
I've
current
been letting
guest.
you mod it this whole time. I've been letting you take control. It's my turn. I
Ooh, I can.
always call him Joey. She says.
Let's see. Okay, I see Jay. There we go. Save. All right, cool. Give me a second here. It looks like I'm able to set it up as a redirect directly.
Cool, cool.
Save.
Let me mod too, since anyone can.
There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I set up the redirect on my end, but you should still drop the link just in case it doesn't work. But I did
Yeah,
set up the redirect.
I dropped the link.
You already dropped it?
I
All
did.
right,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and just call it for now. Is there any last little thing you want to say for the audience? A little last bit of advice, last message, anything at all?
For the people, okay. For the people that feel overwhelmed, just know, especially with this whole hobby, I get it. If you gotta pull back, pull back. You know what I mean? You don't
Mm,
necessarily have to open up everything like what everybody's doing. You don't necessarily have to do what everybody's doing. If you're able to find product for cheaper that's older sets or whatever it might be, go ahead and try to either try to complete those sets or whatever you need from those sets, right? Or just go
mhm,
singles. Go on the singles route. It's much cheaper.
mhm,
But the people that are being frustrated, um, all I want to just say is don't give up, because and I'm not if you're able to still be a part of the hobby, don't give up, because you're just gonna let all these other people that you're kind of despising, you're gonna let them
mhm.
win because they're not
Yeah,
going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. You know what I mean?
true.
Try try to enjoy the hobby in your way. Like I said, that you don't necessarily have to open a product. There's other stuff that we can do too. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, like I said, if anybody's feeling overwhelmed about all the bullshit that's going on, just yeah, just remember what like what why we got into this shit. You know what I mean? Like in reality, just try to have fun with it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And for X, lávatela, lávatela. Yeah.
Katie Jade, I did see the prices you posted, and I think I even commented like "whoa" or something. And it might have been a little emote, but yeah, those prices were crazy. And Katie Jade's Discord, she
Mm,
posted prices of everything that was in stock, and I was like, It was
mm.
great.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
prices are ridiculous right now. I'm telling you.
yeah,
I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I'm not out of touch of like I completely understand. It's just I, without sounding mean, like just get over it. Like it is what it is. You weren't able to get it. Hopefully you get the next one. Better luck on the next one. Just keep trying. You know,
Mhm.
like just keep trying. It's just mm, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, to add to what you just said, just think about it this way. Right now, a lot of people in the hobby are like, I'm feel like I'm being priced out because I can't enjoy the hobby how I've enjoyed it. I've always
Mm,
had it at this price point. Think about this perspective, especially because how you bring up other perspectives in those videos we mentioned, right? What about this perspective? When we were able to get ETBs pretty well priced at $30. Obsidian flames, they were abundant. People didn't give a damn. They were there, right? And at
Mm-hmm.
that specific moment, how many people were priced out of the hobby because they couldn't spend money that was meant for rent and for food on what they thought was
Mm-hmm.
stupid cardboard? Even though they would like to get some Pokemon packs and see what they would pull, there's people that were priced out initially at that point when it was more attainable because they have rent, they have bills, they have food that they need to put out on the table. There just was no extra money. At any level you get to, there will always be a group of people that's priced out. Right now, some of us that were in the hobby for a while, we might feel priced out, but there's still a group of people above us that has the money to spend because they are buying in large quantities these overpriced items. Things are marked up and they're selling more because Obsidian Flames now is no longer $30, but that shit sold out everywhere at a higher fucking price, which
Yeah,
means
ETBs are going for like almost what, or like 90
90.
and something like that. So it's
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah, it's basically like $10 a pack.
So how's it make sense when
Like,
it's $30? It's the
so
everywhere.
what? Everybody's selling. Everybody's selling. No, then again, I was about to say something stupid. Like everybody's not selling fucking Obsidian Flames for $10 a pack. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I get it. It's the promo. I think the promo by itself is like almost what it's nearing almost like $30
30.
right now.
Yeah,
Think so?
30
I got
bucks.
lucky. Shout out to Get You, man. I made a trade with them. I was able to get one of those promos. I thought I had one. I looked through all my shit because usually like all my promos and like I kind of keep them in ETBs, and so when I
Y-
organize my shit, I just consolidate everything together.
Yeah,
And recently, when I was consolidating all my shit, I did not find that promo. I'm like, did I
damn,
not open one? Like I remember opening a few ETBs. They must have been ripping ships, or I just probably
damn,
sold them. You know what I mean? And I just didn't realize, like,
yeah,
wait, you don't have one for yourself. Like, hold on to one. But either way, I got one for a good deal. Shit. Uh, I just all I did was just trade product. You want a product for his channel? Fuck it. I want that. I want that promo. Shoot that promo to me then.
yeah.
Nah, but shout out to Get You, man. Like, he gave me a good deal, and you know what I mean. We worked it out for
Yeah,
reals. Appreciate that, man.
that's what's up.
I know
All
it's somewhere around here too. It's somewhere near me. I just
right. You're like, it's nearby. I just don't know exactly where, but it's nearby.
it's nearby somewhere. I'm just not gonna go crazy looking for it because I gotta go to sleep anyways.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking have this toke and I'm gonna get my ass to bed. But
nice.
bro,
Well,
it was fucking fun, man.
hell
It was
yeah,
fun.
dude. Hell yeah. Like I said, it was a pleasure having you on. I'm definitely gonna reach out to you when we're drafting up part two, part three,
Mhm.
because I do try to reach out ahead of time to schedule everybody in like during a certain part. But
Shoot,
I'm definitely gonna
I'll
reach
probably
out, dude.
invite you to my channel one of these days, bro. You know
Hell
what I
yeah,
mean?
dude.
Just so we don't have to wait that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
Oh
good,
yeah.
man.
Or
Just
or
let me
even
know. We'll
or even
plan
shit
it,
a
dude.
future collab or something. You know, we'll do something. We'll
Hmm.
definitely do something together, bro. Like I'm
Yeah,
telling you, I'm being serious about collabing with people, and this is one of the reasons why I just need to start doing it. Just because, look, I've mentioned it to a few people, and before everybody was down. You know what I mean? Because everybody will be down, but I feel like I've turned down multiple people
hmm,
that now I probably seem unreliable to certain people. Even like
hmm,
even with podcasts, you know what I mean? I
yeah,
got invited a few times, like with certain podcasters. They hey you know you want to jump on a podcast with me? You know I want to discuss blah this and that. And I said yes on a certain window. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Especially once that I had my when I went through my religious shit, I couldn't be on camera, so I had restrictions about that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I was trying to get things done at a certain time limit, but once I couldn't, hey, I'm sorry. Like, eh, I'm not gonna change my mind.
yeah,
I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Now, once that already happened, I've already completed it, and I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm back, and I'm low key. I'm glad. I'm still around because I'm still having fun with this shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, bro. Definitely, I need to get you on the channel myself too. You know what I mean? That way
Yeah.
we can share out your shit too. You feel me?
Yeah, dude, it'll
Yeah.
be fun, dude. Like I said, I look forward to it, man. I actually enjoyed this type of stream. Like this is new. I've never really had like a podcast style where I just have a conversation with someone before on the
Mm.
channel. This is episode 8, but it's the first, real time that I'm like, all right, this is a new series. Let's launch it. Let's see how it goes. I feel that a lot of people are liking it. I'm getting a really positive reception on it. Um, some episodes we've gone into some deep, deep shit. Like when we talked with Pokejack here on the channel. It was a tough conversation. That was one of the toughest fucking episodes I've ever had to run. But you know what? It was beautiful. She needed to get her story out, and we did it. And it's out. Everyone can go back and listen to it. Just the same way that after we're done with the episode, it's gonna be
Mm.
re-uploaded. Everybody can go back. They can watch it. They can see whatever they missed. If they weren't here, there's a lot of people that know you and they know me, and they're like, "What the hell did they talk about? I want to see what they talked about." I think these types of things,
We didn't talk
they're
about shit. We didn't talk about shit. We just talk about a whole bunch of shit.
yeah. But dude, these types of things, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're a whole lot of fun. And like you said, also, I think you did mention earlier, it's content that you're able to make and it doesn't really cost a whole lot because
Mm.
you don't have to have boxes and boxes of product or collection boxes or anything. I had a couple of packs and that's just random shit just to open randomly while we're talking. That's the cost of the stream. A 2-pack mini tin and a McDonald's toy. It's cheap, and we had a podcast almost 4 hours long. So I would say that's pretty amazing for the cost ratio, right? For for running the podcast. So it's also something that it allows you to do something, and you don't go broke doing it. Because the content that we do sometimes, ripping open a bunch of packs,
Mm.
it's not self sustainable all the time, right? Like it does get
No, yeah,
harder,
yeah.
especially nowadays.
But especially if you don't have it, man, it
Mhm.
catches up to you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to like say. You need to definitely manage it. You definitely need to be manageable. But on that note, we'll manage the next stream. You know what I mean? We'll
Yep,
definitely
yep.
we'll definitely do that, bro.
Yeah.
But
All
thank
right,
you for having me
everybody.
on, man. Thank you for having me on.
Everybody, make sure you check out Feller Chris and his channel. I did link his channel in the description to this video. Check him out. Check out a video if you like it. You already know. Subscribe. We'll see everybody later.
Stay on, guys. Peace out.
Peace out, dude.